The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. Police investigating a violent attack on a woman in the streets. Government meets with unions over bi-monthly salary fears. And U.S. President-elect Donald Trump nominates Herschel Walker as ambassador to the Bahamas. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Chester Robards will be joining us. Also this morning, we are talking with Abaco about what the year has been like and what we expect in 2025, including the business perspective with the head of the Abaco Chamber of Commerce. That's coming up in business this morning. That's all ahead. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while you're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, police investigating a violent assault. The police force saying that they're aware of a video circulating on social media showing a woman being attacked by an unknown man at the intersection of Poinciana Drive and Blue Hill Road. Police saying that, according to their preliminary reports, around 2 p.m. yesterday, the victim got off a bus and was followed by a man who attacked her. The culprit left the scene before police arrived. The victim sustained serious injuries to her lower body and was taken to the hospital by ambulance. If anybody knows any information about this, you're asked to contact the police at 911-919 or the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991. You can also give anonymous tips through Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. The body of a 21-year-old Frenchman who went missing in waters in Exuma on Monday recovered yesterday afternoon. According to preliminary reports, a man and another tourist went swimming around 6 p.m. on Monday at a beach near the vacation rental they were staying. However, one of the men returned to shore. He told a nearby business operator that his companion had been caught in rough water and went missing. Police said they conducted a grid search of the beach but did not find the man and said their search efforts at sea were hindered by poor weather conditions. But yesterday, around 2 p.m., officers found the man's body along the eastern shore near a business. He was pronounced dead by a local doctor, and his remains are scheduled to be airlifted to Nassau for an autopsy to determine the exact cause of death. Ministry of Finance officials met with stakeholders from various unions to assuage fears about the government's plans to switch to twice-a-month salary payments. That's according to labor consultant Bernard Evans. Evans, chief negotiator for the Labor Resources Unit in the Ministry of Labor and Public Service, says that while the government plans to roll out the change in phases next year, this may be pushed back depending on any issues that arise. At least 37 union executives were present at yesterday's meeting, with over 500 union members tuning in virtually. The proposed change in government's workers' payment structure is part of a wider reform that the Davis administration has planned for the public service through the Oracle Fusion Cloud ERP system, software that will streamline and digitize human resources. Evans spoke about the fear some workers have about the impending changes. He said some people expressed concern about being paid twice a month and feared they would be shortchanged. The Bahamas and other countries in the Caribbean facing rising premature deaths and economies are suffering substantial losses due to the prevalence of non-communicable diseases. That's according to the World Bank. The World Bank warning that Caribbean countries need to urgently address the growing challenge of non-communicable diseases. NCDs accounting for over 75% of all deaths in the region, with devastating economic consequences, including productivity losses and unsustainable healthcare costs. The message emphasized by health experts from the World Bank and regional health organizations during a recent public discussion as part of the Ask WBG series. Non-communicable diseases include cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive, skin and musculoskeletal diseases, and congenital abnormalities. The World Bank noting that in countries like Barbados and Jamaica, NCDs lead to losses equivalent to 5.34% and 5.87% of GDP, respectively. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has nominated former NFL player and ex-U.S. Senate candidate Herschel Walker as ambassador to the Bahamas. If he is confirmed by the Senate, Walker, who is 62 years old, would be the first U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas since Nicole Avant left in 2011. And a man convicted of murdering a woman outside her home has been sentenced to 44 years in prison. During a second trial that ended on September 5th, Anthony Bethel was convicted of the May 26, 2015 murder of Georgette Ramming. Justice Frank Williams, KC, handed down the sentence during the penalty phase of the trial. The case was centered on the confession of the convict. Bethel allegedly admitted involvement in the murder upon his arrest during an interview at the Criminal Investigation Department, and when Ramming's mother, Levita Thurston, confronted him at the magistrate's court. According to Bethel, he killed Ramming on instructions from Leroy Rashad Shaddy Smith. Bethel said before he received his directive, he was present when Smith and Ramming had an argument during which they both threatened to have each other killed. According to Bethel, Smith had his girlfriend call Ramming to find out where she was. When Ramming revealed she was on the front porch of her home, Smith allegedly instructed the accused to, quote, deal with that. You can read more on the case in today's Nassau Guardian. Overseas, Russia's security service saying today that it has detained a suspect in the killing of a senior general in Moscow. The suspect was described as an Uzbek citizen recruited by Ukrainian intelligence services. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov was killed Tuesday by a bomb hidden in a scooter outside his apartment building in Moscow, a day after Ukraine's security service leveled criminal charges against him. His assistant also died in the attack. A Ukrainian official said the service carried out the attack. Russia's Federal Security Service, or FSB, didn't name the suspect, but said he was born in 1995. According to a statement by the FSB, the suspect said himself that he was recruited by Ukrainian Special Services. The Associated Press can't confirm the conditions under which the suspect spoke to the security services, but the FSB said the suspect had been promised a reward of $100,000 and permission to move to a European Union country in exchange for killing Kirillov. Meanwhile, a couple hundred North Korean troops fighting alongside Russian forces against Ukraine have been killed or wounded during battle in the Kursk region. That's according to a senior military official. The official didn't provide details on how exactly how many have been killed, but said the North Korean forces don't appear to be battle-hardened, which contributes to the number of casualties they've had. The official was providing the first significant estimate of North Korean casualties, which comes several weeks after Ukraine announced that North Korea had sent 10,000 to 12,000 troops to Russia to help it in the almost 3-year war. The White House and Pentagon on Monday confirmed that the North Korean forces have been battling on the front lines in largely infantry positions. They've been fighting with Russian units, and in some cases independently around Kursk. A man detained in Venezuela during a civil unrest that followed the country's disputed July presidential election died in custody Monday, marking the third such death reported by an inmates' rights organization. The Venezuelan Prison Observatory non-governmental organization said the 43-year-old had spent more than 4 months at a detention center. His death coming as Venezuela's top prosecutor announced that roughly a fourth of the 2,000 people detained in connection with a post-election demonstration had been granted prison release orders. The inmates' rights group said the man was detained August 1st along with his son. He was hospitalized with severe abdominal pain in December, which the organization said prison officials determined to be kidney colic. However, his family reported that medical attention was delayed and that they were not given precise information about the condition. The man's son remains in custody. Meanwhile, Canada imposing economic sanctions on 5 Venezuelan officials, including the head of the country's high court, accusing them of engaging in electoral fraud during the disputed July presidential election. Both Venezuela's incumbent president, Nicolas Maduro, and the political opposition, with its candidate Edmundo Gonzalez, who is now in exile in Spain, and its leader, Maria Corina Machado, who was hiding in Venezuela, claimed to have won the July 28th vote. Tuesday's announcement from Canadian Minister of Foreign Affairs Melanie Joly, marking the 4th time Canada has sanctioned individuals linked to Maduro's government. Maduro swiftly denouncing the sanctions as measures and a failed attempt to pressure Venezuela. In sports, the Bahamas Bowl, the only current international bowl game on the NCAA Division I football bowl subdivision calendar, set for Saturday, January 4th, at the 15,000-seat Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium here in Nassau. The event features a match between teams from the Mid-American Conference and Conference USA. And facing off on the gridiron for the upcoming game will be the Liberty University Flames and the University of Buffalo Bulls. The game will get underway 11 a.m., again, January 4th. The Flames, representing Conference USA, entered the game with an 8-3 win-loss record. This marks their 6th consecutive bowl appearance, underscoring a strong and consistent performance in recent years. Standing against them, the Bulls from the Mid-American Conference, boasting an 8-4 win-loss record. Buffalo has a solid bowl history, participating in 5 bowl games over the last 7 years, including a big victory in 2019 at the Bahamas Bowl, where they defeated the University of North Carolina at Charlotte 49ers 31-9. Lots of questions about the repairs. The stadium undergoing repairs right now, but Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture Mario Bolek assures that it will be ready due to the renovations. Last year's game was relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina. This year, the stadium is set to welcome fans back. So Bolek says the stadium will be ready, that only one side of the stadium will be used, and that will be the eastern side where all the fans will sit. And he says that when the game is aired live on ESPN, the cameras will be facing the eastern side. And so that's what folks watching will see. That is the side with the sun in your face, though. So keep that in mind if you go out there on January 4th. From the NBA, everyone has a lucky number in Las Vegas. For the Milwaukee Bucks, it was 3, and the NBA Cup was their prize. Tournament MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo scoring 26 points to go along with 19 rebounds and 10 assists. Damian Lillard added 23 points, and the Bucks connected on 17 three-pointers on the way to be beating the Oklahoma City Thunder 97-81 in the NBA Cup title game Tuesday night. Brook Lopez and Gary Trent Jr. each scored 13 for the Bucks, who joined the Los Angeles Lakers as the only champions of the 2-year-old event. A 19-5 Milwaukee run in the second half game into a 19-point game early in the fourth, and the Bucks kept control the rest of the way. So it's a game that only counted for tournament purposes. There was about $300,000 in additional bonus money for Bucks players. They got $514,971 apiece, while the Thunder players got $205,988 each. But the win, the loss, and the stats from the game won't count toward the regular season. So, as they've been stuck near the bottom of the NBA after a 2-8 start, the Bucks have been on a tear since. This was their 13th win in their last 16 games, even though it won't be part of the official record. And from the NFL, Michael Vick has agreed, from football, has agreed to become the head coach of Norfolk State in a return to football for the former NFL star, who has never coached at any level. The 44-year-old Vick announced on his Facebook page Tuesday night that he has accepted the job. Norfolk State did not immediately confirm the hiring of Vick, who grew up in nearby Newport News. Vick starred in college at Virginia Tech and was a 4-time Pro Bowler in 13 seasons for Atlanta, Philadelphia, the New York Jets, and Pittsburgh. He helped launch an era of quarterbacks who were threats both running and throwing the ball. Vick also served 18 months in federal prison in the prime of his career after pleading guilty to his role in the dogfighting ring. After his release in 2009, he returned to the NFL and won an AP Comeback Player of the Year with the Eagles in 2010. He retired in 2017 and has advocated against animal cruelty while also working as an NFL analyst for Fox Sports. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. In your first look at weather for today, we are coming off some severe weather for the extreme northern Bahamas. There were severe weather warnings in effect for north and central Abaco and Grand Bahama. We'll monitor the system, let you know if those warnings are updated in the next few minutes. But what's happening, we've got low-level troughing across the southeast Bahamas. That's going to continue to shift westward while supporting showers and possible isolated thunderstorms across the islands. A tight pressure gradient between strong high pressure in the western Atlantic and the low-level trough will support some strong winds across the islands today. A cold front will enter the Bahamas late today into Thursday, and that's going to bring an increase of showers as the front eventually stalls across the central Bahamas. A second stronger front will move into the area late Friday, ushering in cooler temperatures and drier conditions for your weekend. So we've got a near gale warning in effect for the central and southeast Bahamas, while a near gale watch is in effect for the rest of the country. And as we said, that severe weather watch in effect for the northern islands for most of the morning so far. We'll see if that is updated for you soon. So beachgoers are also being urged to exercise extreme caution along northern and eastern shorelines in sheltered areas and should stay out of the water, especially along Atlantic shorelines, as there is the risk of dangerous to life-threatening rip currents and rough surf in these areas. Motorists and pedestrians should also exercise caution while along coastal roadways along eastern and Atlantic shorelines, especially if you're in Eleuthera near the Glass Window Bridge. We're expecting overtopping waves, sea spray, and potential minor coastal flooding. So for today, your forecast calls for partly cloudy conditions for the northern Bahamas, including Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini. For the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, Andros, Berry Islands, and Eleuthera, partly cloudy today as well, with a 20 to 30% chance of showers. For the central islands and in the southeast Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy. Temperature-wise today, we're looking at highs around 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Look for lows tonight getting down to about 75 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook coming up in just a bit.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up.
You are listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Get ready for a magical Christmas movie marathon at the Nassau Cruiseport Amphitheater on Saturday, December the 20th from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Bring your blankets and chairs and enjoy a night of nostalgic holiday classics with sweet treats and fun under the stars. Tickets are $10 for ages 13 and up, $5 for children 4 to 12, and free for little ones 3 and under. Purchase tickets at the door. Cash and card accepted. Don't miss the holiday fun at Nassau Cruiseport, the place to be.
Looking to elevate your gadget game or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
This Christmas, my husband put a smile on my face. He caught the store-wide sale on now at the Paint Place. With brands like Richards and Benjamin Moore, the Paint Place had the perfect color and he was out the door. Now the front room is fabulous. What a surprise! Cranberry red. I couldn't believe my eyes. Make the holidays magical. Get 20% off store-wide during the Christmas sale at the Paint Place.
When you've got to paint it right the first time.
Net items excluded.
Transform your home for less at Kelly's House and Homes Holiday Paint Sale, Friday, November 1st through Tuesday, December 24th. Enjoy 25% off house and spray paints plus 20% off paint supplies, excluding net items. Our wide selection of paint colors is the perfect way to bring holiday cheer to your home. You'll also find the best selection of brushes, rollers, and pans, glue, bladders, paint thinner, and more. So catch the holiday spirit and paint up for Christmas at Kelly's House and Home's Holiday Paint Sale.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
This Christmas, Fidelity Bank is still the one. With one easy monthly payment, one fantastic way to save, and one chance to win $5,000 in extra cash. Make that move to Fidelity Bank and apply for a personal loan for a chance to win extra cash today. Call 356-7764 for more details.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. 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 Wake up, wake up.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Chester Robards is going to be joining us. Also, this morning, we are expecting to talk with Alive about their holiday specials as the countdown is on to Christmas Day. Exactly 1 week away. My goodness, wow. Are you ready? We're going to talk with them about that a little bit later. And then in business, we're talking with the president of the Abaco Chamber of Commerce about things in Abaco, how things are going so far this year. Well, the year is finished. How 2024 has been and what is expected in 2025. Concerns, challenges, what's looking positive, and more. So that's coming up. But right now, let's get into what else is in the news. And in the news, just letting you know, you might see some delays if you are anywhere near the Queenswood Sports Center as the Fox Foundation's having their annual Christmas drive event expected to get underway. Well, now, so there are some There's a pretty long line of traffic around there, so keep that in mind if you are planning to be in that area at this hour. You might see some delays here, so you might want to plan accordingly. All right, so we've got a lot to talk about this morning. We'll get to this in a bit. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump nominating Herschel Walker to be ambassador to the Bahamas. You remember Herschel Walker, former NFL player and ex-U.S. Senate candidate in a very memorable campaign a couple of years back. We'll get into that in a bit. But this story has gotten a lot of attention since it went viral yesterday. This very odd incident in broad daylight. The police investigating this now, a violent assault. So this is the police statement. Police are aware of a video circulating on social media showing a woman being attacked by an unknown man at the intersection of Poinciana Drive and Blue Hill Road. Police say they're investigating this matter actively. According to their preliminary reports, on Tuesday, yesterday, around 2 p.m., the victim got off a bus and was followed by an unknown man, that's what they're saying, unknown, who then attacked her and left the scene before the police arrived. So the victim sustained serious injuries to her lower body and was taken to the hospital by ambulance. They're asking for anyone with information to give them a call urgently. So saw some clips from the video. I mean, that was a really brutal beatdown, and it's broad daylight, again, 2 p.m. yesterday, and it appears that the woman doesn't know the man. So there's more on this in the Tribune today. So their headline is "Mom Beaten in the Street. Woman's legs broken in broad daylight attack as people watched." Well, I mean, okay. So their story is a mother of two suffered 2 broken legs after vicious broad daylight assault from a man she reportedly didn't know after she stepped off a jitney on Blue Hill Road, leaving bystanders stunned and prompting questions about the delay in intervening. The assault caught on video that has gone viral involved the man repeatedly punching and kicking the victim. One witness who was driving behind the bus said, quote, "I heard screaming. When I looked, I saw him kicking her in the face. At first, I thought it was a domestic dispute, but it quickly became obvious that he was just out of control." That witness expressing frustration at people's inaction. She said, quote, "Nobody came out of their vehicle. People were honking their horns and just watching. Even a man who got off the bus with her stood there and watched the entire time." In the video, bystanders lingered nearby while the attacker unleashed a series of blows. The victim says she considered stepping in to stop him herself, but she said, quote, "I'm not going to lie, I was going to knock him." As she contemplated approaching, another man stepped in, striking the attacker and causing him to flee toward Wolf Road and Market Street. The witness said she checked on the woman, who was left with broken legs, a broken nose, and severe facial injuries. Saying, quote, "I asked her if she knew him, and she said, 'Miss, I don't know him from a can of paint. I don't know that man.'" Wow, according to that witness, one man tried to follow the suspect in his vehicle and later guided police to the area where the attacker was last seen, but he wasn't immediately found. The victim, who works at Margaritaville, had been heading to work and planned to stop at Commonwealth Bank beforehand. She reportedly told the witness who spoke to the Tribune and police that her attacker entered the bus on Carmichael Road and smelled like rum. The victim reportedly then said the attacker was shouting something as he struck her repeatedly, but the violence prevented her from understanding his words. Witnesses saying that after the assault, the victim was visibly frightened, shaken, and began to cry, suspecting that he might have mistaken her for someone else. The witness said that the woman began losing consciousness as blood poured from her leg, and said that bystanders encouraged her to call her bosses and inform them of the attack. Well, okay. Well, Okay, sure. On Facebook, a cousin of the victim lamented that some characterized the incident as a domestic dispute and used this to justify the lack of earlier intervention. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Another incident of clearly mentally challenged people wreaking havoc on our communities. Let's talk about it. Let's get your reaction to it. Maybe you saw the video. It is disturbing. And again, people are honking their horns. I don't know what I would have done if I were there, but this was insane. And 2 broken legs? 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Let's hear from you. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. You can call us toll free, 242-300-5720. What in God's name is going on in this place? Wow. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. He doesn't know her. Wow. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Yeah, Dwight, man, I know. I if I tired telling you the same thing over and over, Dwight. But, Dwight, ain't nobody running this country, Ain't nobody in charge. You hear the police them just come and talking, but they patrolling and this and all of them type of things, right? But where these police them just be?
But I mean, you can't. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but why are you?
Them for everything, Dwight.
But I mean, that wasn't going on for hours. That was a few minutes. So I mean, is it reasonable to say what you're saying?
I know it's only a few minutes, but when you take the radius from where the CID is and the police station is on Blue Road, right? That's only a 1 minute ride with a siren on it, right?
No, not at that hour. And
the police them don't hold no lines, right? They just go straight down the middle, right?
Yeah. So they weren't going to get there in time.
I understand they might not go down time.
This is a hard one to put on the police. They had nothing to do with this.
We
got a lot of crazy people in our country. Something is wrong. And then we also need to talk about the fact that people didn't do anything. Again,
right.
I don't know if I would have
wanted to get to, right? Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying I'm not going to really put it entirely on the police, right? They have some to get, right? But it ain't entirely their fault, right? But what really hurt me, Dwight, right? Is watching the video is to see that nobody really, I mean, when I was watching it, nobody, as long as the mom is beating up the woman, nobody came to rescue that woman, right? And that clearly shows that we are not in the Bahamas that I grew up in, because, hey, if that was the Bahamas I grew up in, that fella couldn't get 2 kick on the woman on the public road. He couldn't get in 2 kick, but Dwight, when you look at the fear of people them have in helping people, we are moving right into the United States realm, right? Well, because you don't know what danger it lies for you.
Right.
You can stand aside and watch. That's what they do in America, right?
Well, you don't know these days who has a gun or a big giant knife or a cutlass or something, right? So I think people are very, very terrified.
Right, and that's the point I'm trying to make. You don't know what if these fellas them armed, because if a fella can be that brazen, if he ain't crazy to do what he was doing to that lady in public, then one have to think if he might have a weapon, and that might would have stopped a lot of people from really. But kudos to the gentleman would really build up the knife and hit in game one anyhow, right? But we have to see what I mean. I hope next year, right? We don't have to be going through all of the same nonsense again, man. Because
what has changed? It'll only get worse. Oh, boy.
You're right, bud. Right. Have a nice day.
Yeah,
You're right.
sadly. I mean, there's no indication that anything is changing. Yeah, thanks a lot. Boy, I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. You don't know what you'd get yourself into. You'd be the one to get killed if you tried to intervene. Sadly, I think that's what a lot of people were probably thinking. And maybe they're just in shock as well, like not knowing. And then, boy, what a tough situation. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Toll free 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us 422-4796. Let's take some more calls and get to your text messages. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
When they catch this gentleman, are they going to put him away or put him to sleep? Because we need to move these kinds of people out of our society. I mean, attempting to rehabilitate someone who's gone already is a waste of time, in my opinion. They should put him to sleep.
Okay. Who's the
That's
they?
just my opinion.
Who's the they? Who's the they?
The authorities should have the power to put people like
mean-
them asleep.
You're saying that after a trial that he should be up for the death penalty, or are you saying something else? Do I even want you to answer this? No, I probably don't. Okay, I hear you. Thank you for that. My goodness. Wow. Chester Robarts, good morning. Welcome. Great to have you with us.
Morning.
I want to thank you for doing a wonderful job while I was off.
Oh,
I'm gonna take
you're
a
welcome.
few more days. People said they loved it. So, okay, that's all you have to say. All right, so we
enjoyed the time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm just baffled by this story.
It's unbelievable, and
I didn't know
you
there
see
was.
the
I
video?
didn't see the video,
Oh.
and I don't think I want to see the video.
Well, maybe you should.
Why?
Because it is unbelievable
I see the
what's going
screenshot
on
there.
here in the Bahamas at 2:00. Well, in Nassau, at 2:00 in the afternoon, in broad daylight, as they say.
No, but like you said, there's mentally challenged people out here who need help.
Yeah.
But that's not the disturbing. What you're talking about is the disturbing part of this whole thing.
People not doing anything?
Nobody did anything.
What would you have done if you saw this? If you were stuck at the light and saw this going on? Would you have gotten out and intervened?
I can't say exactly what I would have done, but I would have done something. I've just
maybe taken out your phone and recorded.
No, I would never do that. I don't know what kind of savages in this world nowadays just pull out their phone to record. Even though, hey, I guess it gets some evidence at some point, but whatever. But I mean, the gas station was open.
It's right there.
So there's guys over there working. There's a line of traffic.
Tons of traffic.
So there's tons of people watching.
Plenty of people saw it.
A whole bus was load of people was just
Everybody
there.
was on the bus with her.
And nobody did anything.
Not a thing. 2 broken legs and many other injuries.
I hope there were a gang of men in the area who now feel so much shame in themselves.
Why would they?
What do you mean, why would they?
Is that how it works?
Because they didn't do anything.
This is 2024, sir.
But that's the problem.
No. That's not a thing anymore.
Why is it not a thing anymore?
I don't know.
Why are we not our brother's keeper anymore?
No idea.
Are we just our brother's keeper of the video in the phone?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Want to see who can post it first and get the most likes. But again, I don't know what I would have done either. I really don't know. Again, you don't know what you're walking into. You'd have been the one with the broken everything.
Well,
perhaps.
Well, maybe. But if a series of, if a group of people,
yeah, if more than one
person went to help, probably not.
They just record you. Look at this man who came to help. Look at him getting Oh, boy. Let's take some more calls. This is the year that just keeps giving. Hey?
No.
Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome back, and I'm glad to be live to thank your deputy for doing a fine job.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There's something happened in France where this man allowed his wife to be raped, and he and them going to be getting some serious jail time because they don't believe in the death sentence per se. And then someone remarked that more men should be against this type of mistreatment to women. And when men do not show concern, in a little while it's going to happen that they themselves will be raped, and then they will get the message.
Wow.
And so I'm calling on us men to take a stand and see that all form of abuse be stopped, be reversed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's what I got from listening to the French news a couple of days ago. So we gotta really, it's nothing. You can stop your car and allow a dog to cross the road. So we gotta get back some humanity into us.
Right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. There's a lot of issues here. So, yes, it's a woman who was assaulted, and that is awful, and he doesn't know her. That's insane. You got a serious problem there with violence against women, clearly. But also, we have, I mean, if it had been a man beating another man, what are we saying? You're not saying that would have been fine. No. All of this violence has to stop, and people need to take action when they see wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got this on multiple levels, and everybody messed up here. Everybody sadly messed up. Understandably, maybe, for the bystanders, but it's still a mess up. And we're in a very dark and dangerous place in our country where people are paralyzed with God knows what it is, probably fear, too paralyzed to act when they see terrible things happening.
Yeah.
Does not speak well for the direction we're
But
heading.
even if a group of people did not physically intervene, if they had gotten near and started to make this fella seem like they were a threat to him, maybe he would have stopped. But I'm saying, like, from the picture I see, I didn't watch the video again. Nobody's around. Nobody even got close.
Yeah, not for a long time. Well after the beatdown.
A new trend in human behavior for some reason. I didn't even witness it, but this was a couple of years ago. A guy was trying to cross the street, got hit by a car, and he was bleeding from his head. And
in the Bahamas?
Yeah, a group of people was standing around him, but nobody was doing a doggone thing to even try stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody would even touch him. And his wife was there screaming at him. She's like, get up, get up. I'm like, obviously this dude couldn't get up, right?
Yeah. Listen, the last time I saw something like this, it was a video in India and those parts of the world.
Well,
oh my gosh.
yeah,
And
they
I
don't
mean,
get
this
it.
man beat this woman. I think she died. And people just stood there watching. And they're like, people were walking by and looking back and like, wow, that's rough. And moving on. And I'm like, oh boy, that part of the world. Nope, that's right here.
Mm-hmm.
The Bahamas. Now, we are those people. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Morning, Dwight, to both of you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Dwight, you made a comment a moment ago in your first beginning of the show. You did say something is wrong. What do you think that wrong is?
All kinds of things.
Can you give me about three principles on terms of all kind of things?
Why don't you say what you want to say? I'm not here to be questioned. Make your points.
Chester, could you help me?
Good morning.
We don't have the time. You just make your points. Tell us what you think it is.
Dwight said that something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very much impressed by that, by Dwight saying that, my good friend. What do you think is wrong, Mr. Chester Ruba?
Me, lots of things.
Can you give me 3 principles?
The time for the exam is up. But you give us your answers.
Okay, Dwight. Did that young man drop out of the sky? Do you think he dropped out of the sky or he was born into a family? Dwight, I'm asking you a question.
We believe he's a human. He didn't display human activities and sensibilities, but he seems to be a human. Mm-hmm.
And you believe that he was born out of a family?
He has a father and a mother.
Okay. His behavior, do you believe something went wrong in the home?
Probably. Probably.
So that was what? You call that an eroded structure, or you think that was a civil structure?
I don't know what you mean by that.
You don't know what I mean?
No.
Okay, I'll call you back tomorrow and I'll tell you what I mean.
I want you to stop playing games. Say what you have to say. What's going on? People have all manner of problems.
One who behaved that way is obvious.
What is it?
The young man is poorly socialized. Would you agree with that?
He's got a lot of problems.
He have a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's agree that he have a lot of problems, and this problem, he come from a home. And something have to went wrong in that home because the young man is poorly socialized. So when you see people behave this way, regardless of how wealthy they are, there is something going on. The structure that he come from, something went wrong, as you indicated a moment ago. That's the problem we're having.
Yeah, we got a lot of people who have a lot of issues at home, a lot of mental problems.
Now you on point.
But
so this come right back to the erosion of the family structure. Thank you, Dwight.
Okay.
I mean, people have lots of challenges, even inside the family structure.
I don't know what he's saying.
Dad's taking out the whole family and then going on a rampage out in the street.
Plenty of people come from...
Mom's taking out the whole family and then going on a rampage
Mom,
in the street.
Dad, everything they ever wanted in their life, but they have a mental problem.
Yeah.
And they need to be on medication.
Yeah.
They need to have treatment. And they are terrorizing someone in their life.
It's just all part of this fallen world. And so, to be honest, none of the stuff is surprising. What is surprising is that good people are doing nothing.
Yeah. And again, I mean, this is going to get into a whole lot of other issues, but the people were saying he smelled like rum. So he was drunk and he clearly has a mental problem. And that is happening far too often around here, right? It's too easy for people who are known to have mental issues to have access to alcohol in our country. And I don't know. We're going to have to do something. I don't know how that would work, but maybe like you need a permit to buy a gun. Maybe you need to have a permit to buy alcohol. We're going to lose some sponsorship.
Call a driver's license.
Right? Let me see. Oh, no, you didn't pass the last test, sir. You cannot be sold this bottle here. Got to go. Good morning. You're on the air. Hi, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Dwight. How you doing?
Doing well.
You and your co-host, Chester.
Good morning.
So I saw the video as well, and it I know we condone violence towards women and hitting women, but Dwight, I also have 2 women in my household that I have to look out for, and with everyone, we don't know who have access to guns. That time of when men would be chivalrous and get together and go to the aid of women.
Yeah.
That you are correct. That time is gone. Honestly, I have to look out for my well-being to protect my wife, my daughter. I'm the only provider in my home, and we know these young fellas. They don't have no common sense. You go help, you restrain him or beat him, and it's blasted across social media, and he feels some type of way. Come back, and next thing you know, you get gunned down for no reason whatsoever. You have to be very careful with what you do, and that's just how society is these days.
Very sad.
It's no longer the same.
Definitely
and
not.
Unfortunately, we have to protect our own.
Very much so. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary.
I mean, you also have to assess. Before you run in, you do have to assess the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And if this guy, what was he beating her with?
All the might in his body.
He broke her legs with his might?
I don't. While we take this call, take a look. I sent it to you. Turn it down. Man,
I don't want
you need to watch it. I don't. This is just so you can see. This is very brutal. Not because of that, but just what could happen to someone who doesn't know you to do this to you.
Yeah. Well.
And as we all make our way around this holiday season, to know that we are walking around, people
breaking into people's houses and shooting them, they don't know that. Yeah. They just want what they have. People just violence on other people for no reason at all.
There's a big difference. Shooting,
I don't know.
That's kind of detached. To be hitting you that many times and you don't know me, it's like, what?
But you said, I mean, the extra oomph there was the man probably was drunk and had a mental issue or has a mental issue.
And there's plenty of people like that around here.
A lot, yeah.
And plenty of people know their family members are insane. And plenty of people see them leave the house every day like, okay, well.
Plenty officials see these people walking around the street day to day.
I don't
of
think
course
they
do.
have on blinders.
Of course
the tints
they do.
are so dark on their vehicles being whisked through the streets.
I'm sure
they
some
don't
of
even
them
know where they are.
I'm sure some of them get help. There's a guy every morning on East Street by the light with Robinson Road talking foolishness, grabbing his midsection every morning, you know. And has he been picked up before? I mean, he's probably he's begging, yes, but he's probably just a nuisance to people because he's be talking like cussing and, you know, he clearly has a mental issue as well. But, you know, but he's there every morning. I'm sure people know, like, he's a regular and people just be like, yeah, he's a regular. And I'm sure officials are like, yeah, he's a regular. But like kids are in cars and he's there doing stuff and he's a nuisance.
Yeah, until one day he snaps and beats someone to nearly death.
Right. But again, people see this, but they don't.
Right.
The officials see this, but they don't pick him up or
nothing is
whatever.
Done.
And citizens probably don't think they have enough is going on to call the police and say, you know what I'm saying? What are they going to say? There's a guy begging? You know, I don't think that's an offense. But, I mean, he clearly has a problem.
Mm-hmm. Over a month after, although no one's been charged as yet, after Adriel's death by someone who they claim is a vagrant.
Yeah. Yeah, and
here we are again.
And kids are walking to school past this guy. You know, they have to cross the road past him. And it gives me nerves, right?
Nothing is being done about any of these guys and women. There are many women too, right? We're just left. Good luck to you as you leave your house and be amongst these folks.
Yeah. And people and you know people are pulling up to the light, locking their doors, right? If they forgot. But even me, like exactly, because I go that way to drop my baby to school, and obviously I'm watching this guy with hawk eyes. You know what I mean? He ain't throwing nothing from my window. You know what I'm saying? There's that fear,
right? Of course. And nothing's being done. Nothing's being done. Phone lines are all lit up. Let's take these really quickly because we'll have to take a break soon. But good morning, caller. You're on the air. Are you there? Good morning. Hi, good morning. You're on the air. Okay. Let's take this line. Good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, how you doing?
Doing well.
Hey, a lot of people know these people, we have a lot of crazy people up in there, but everyone sees that these people them get dressed and come out on the road. But they got to walk to the corner and walk. So a lot of people know what's going on, you know. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, when they go up to silence made them extra. So what it is now, if a man goes silence for 10 times, what they're trying to tell you.
Wow.
And if you're crazy, if you come on at me and say you need to keep them up there.
I hear you. Yep, something. We need better legislation. Something, someplace, something. I don't know what we have, but it's clearly no. Thank you so much, caller. Appreciate it.
They just passed something to
Did they?
deal with this. Didn't they pass it?
What was it?
Something, I don't know.
Okay.
I forgot what
When does it come into effect? 2029?
I forgot what it even was.
Because, I mean, there's more than ever before. Ever before.
Yeah.
Every week, it's a new person.
Yeah.
Nuttier than the one that you saw who was in that same spot a week ago.
There's a lot of them.
I saw a guy, I thought he was being attacked by a snake. He was walking nearby the bushes, and he did a violent turnaround and started screaming. But he was talking to a tree. And I'm like, oh, God, let me accelerate and get out of here. That was a couple days ago. And I'd never seen him before.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, a new one has arrived.
Yeah.
Ah, boy. Good morning, caller. You're on there.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Yeah, hey, Dwight, listen, man. Hey, look like the new loophole is you have to be mentally insane to get away with things wrong, you know. And that shouldn't be, man. We got to do something with these people claiming mental issues.
Well, no, it's
You know,
not.
we
I
gotta
don't think
build
it's
a
claiming.
facility
I don't think
keep
it's
them off the
claiming. It's
because
clear.
they're harming and hurting innocent people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, domestic violence is a serious thing, Dwight. You help these women, and when you turn around, they back with these same men. But anyway, you have a good day, Dwight. Keep up a great job.
But that's not what this was. So, I mean, I don't know why you brought that in.
Yeah, don't
But,
conflate
okay.
the two issues.
But yeah, claiming, they're not claiming. This is real. It's clear. And as people say, we've got a lot of people in high positions who might not claim it, but they clearly have it too. Wow. This texter says, Dwight, that man is obviously crazy, but I will be honest as to why some people didn't jump into these situations they call it domestic. My cousin stopped a domestic situation before, and the lady went back to her boyfriend, and now he has to look over his shoulder for her boyfriend every time he's out. So he's jaded about helping out.
Again, I would assess the situation. And if this is clearly a drunk, crazy person, he won't even remember who you are if you intervene. And if there was 10 of you or 5 of you, he ain't looking for 5 of you. And if you conk him over the head hard enough, he ain't gonna remember any of it.
Well,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Until you find out that what the lady did, like, oh boy.
Well, the other problem is you need protection from these people who think that they are the video producers of the world, and they're gonna put your face all over the internet for people to come look for you.
You just can't win.
No.
You just can't win.
Because I mean, honestly, that is a problem.
Wow. This texter here, women and children are raped and killed. Murderers get bail at will. We live in a lawless, corrupt society, and it comes at a cost. Who will risk their life in this day and age when everyone has a gun, it seems? Thank God the guy recorded it. Now let's see what happens to the perpetrator. My guess, nothing. Oh, man.
It just sounds like the beating went too far, and I think it could have been stopped earlier. Like you said, she came off the bus with people and was attacked, and nobody did anything. Like nothing.
All right. These texts represent a new form of mental illness. I got to tell you, this person says they are not suffering from mental illness. This is a texter. They are drug abusers with schizophrenia. Well, that is like the biggest mental illness of them all. Texter. So what the heck is wrong with you? Right? And as we've said before, it is a known thing that a lot of the people who are the biggest users of drugs are using them because of their mental illness. They need something to get those voices out their heads, whatever they're experiencing, and that's why they are on drugs. Mental illness is probably the biggest problem in the country, bigger than hypertension and diabetes. Just listen to the text we read every day. You will see. Anyway, they're saying that's the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay. Thanks a lot. Anyway, the attack of the woman on Blue Hill Road shows that we don't protect women and children. All of this is pure evil and hate in our hearts. I would like to shout out the young man who has launched a free ring camera initiative for women at their homes in West Grand, Bahama. He also offered himself as a candidate in the last by-election. This is the kind of representation calling the name, but okay. That's great. These days, when you intervene in things like this, you end up shot, and the girl and the guy get back together and
Why
laugh at
people
you.
keep talking about getting shot?
Well, no, could you mean every day somebody's shot in this place?
Every
day.
But see, that kind of thinking and that's why people will never act now, right?
Exactly.
No, but then we just gonna allow this kind of stuff to happen. Who had a gun in that situation?
You don't
know.
know.
Who had a gun in that situation?
We don't know. He ran
Who had
away.
a gun in that situation?
He ran off. He might
Did he
have.
have a gun?
We don't
Did he pull
know.
out a gun?
He didn't.
If you assess the situation, would you have thought he had a gun?
You never know.
Well, then you wouldn't have helped either.
Little
So
children-
what are we
little
talking about this for?
children around there have
What
guns.
are we talking about this for then? A woman got beat on Blue Hill Road from a crazy man. Happens around the world every day.
Wow.
Next story.
Oh boy. Okay, we're not that bad yet, but
Oh, we aren't?
Well,
Everything y'all saying is I wouldn't have helped.
well, you have to be cautious.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes. Mhm. But you never know.
Please.
You never know. Let's take this call. Good morning, call.
Heroes never know when they run into the burning building if they can come back out. But you know what? Hopefully they trust in God and they trust in their ability or whatever it is they have, or they're just displaying heroic, whatever it is, prowess, whatever they got. I don't know. But we are called to help people
Hopefully the hero
Who might-
has on firefighting
who might
equipment.
be seconds from being murdered on the side of the street, whether you're scared of a gun or not.
I hear you. I hear you. I would hope
Because
that
if she had died, everybody's just going to be like, oh my, no, that's so sad.
That's true. That's how it would have been. I would hope that if there were a bunch of people in a car, that they would have said, okay, well, there's four of us and only one of him.
I was in front of a kid who got stabbed and he died on the side of the road. And you know what I wish I would have done? Was run the kid over who stabbed him. But where would that leave me? Right?
I think you're proving the point.
Every so often I'm in but that happened
'Cause
like
it definitely would have been you with the most jail time or the most
Probably.
the problems.
probably. But like I wasn't close enough to stop it. You know, and I can't continue playing with the what ifs in my head because I would do that all day. But you know, these it just in these scenarios you just don't know, right? And I didn't even see a knife. But
Well, see, that's again the situation here, right? You didn't see, don't know. This guy could have had a knife. He could have had a gun. He could have had a lot of
He
things.
could've.
And I
But-
think a lot of people were really paralyzed.
again, if one person moves to action in some kind of way, other people will move to action.
And that's what you hope. Although there was no indication that was
And
going on.
and again, I'm not saying that people should try and go bare knuckle with some crazy man, right? Pick up something. If you got a tool in your car, take that. And when I say tool, I'm not talking about that tool. Well, maybe, but if it's legal, I don't know. A big piece of wood. I don't know. The gas station have things. A belt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going bare knuckle with some crazy dude. I don't because I'm just saying something.
Yeah.
Something. If you would taken action, maybe another guy would have taken action.
Right.
Maybe you could have called for help at that point, and three other dudes would be like, "Yeah, we could take him." Right?
Yeah.
Something.
I hear you. Let's take this call. Good morning, call. You're on the air.
Dwight in Chester, good morning.
Hi.
I think all of us is missing the big picture here. You know, we know prior to the pandemic, there has been many or numerous of conversations, even persons coming on your show talking about the level of mental health in this country. The pandemic basically just exacerbated that. And in fact, it became even more prominent, the amount of issues that we have in the country. You know, we see these persons walking the street on a daily basis, whether known or unknown, and yet the relevant authorities do not at least seemingly, do not pick these persons up. And I'm not saying that they have somewhere to put them at this particular case besides Sanders Rehabilitation, but at least to pick them up and have an analysis done to see exactly where their minds are, what is affecting them, why are they on the street, why are they a nuisance. Half of them walk in the middle of traffic where you can knock them down, and so on and so forth, and it seems as if there's no relevant authority going around to collect these people to have these analyses done. We have so much money in this country that if we had an agency that would do these things, perhaps we could get half of these people off the street. Do you know there was a time when there was only one person on one side of the corner, but now you got four persons on all four sides of the corner with their hands out, obstructing traffic. We have two young men out here today that actually out here cursing, swearing at nobody in the front of them, and they just belligerent and carrying on. Where are the relevant persons to come out here and try help collect these people off the street to find out psychologically what's going on with these people? You know, these are the kind of programs that we're talking about that our government, and I'm placing it at the feet of the government, you know, that they should be able to come out here, collect these persons, and have a true spectrum or true analysis of what's going on with the population. Mm-hmm. But again, like I said, because of the pandemic, we have seen the proliferation of persons out on the street, and in fact, in a lot of these homes, because look at the case now with the young lady accusing the father of incest. You know, what is going on? Where are the true studies? Who is doing the homework to find out what's going on? But I will end my commentary here, and we have to keep on looking at the big picture. Where are the programs to get our people back to where our people should be? Thanks for taking my call this morning.
I think these are legal issues as well. I don't know if you can just do that, but then, as you mentioned, the lawmakers need to strengthen the laws so that they can do something like that.
They got something. Didn't they pass that new mental health act thing? But you know, when you think about it, that new bill, right? I only think about downtown. Because that's what the focus was.
Right, the vagrancy
downtown. Because the tourists need to be protected, right? First and foremost. Seriously, when I think about the bill, my first thing is downtown.
But again, was it about rehabilitation or getting them assistance? It was just to
I'm
remove
sure
them.
It was.
What?
I'm sure it was.
Really? It was just to remove them.
No, I think it was about what to do with them.
No, maybe pick them up and move them over the hill. Which just seems like
now they have to move over the hill because they can't be downtown.
Right. Wow. Let's do this quickly. One more call. We got to go to break. But good morning. You're on the air. Hi. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Oh boy, did we cut you off? Sorry. Hi. Good morning. Hi. You're on the air. I think we cut that guy off, unfortunately. Oh, well. Let's go to the break. We got a whole lot of your text messages to get to. Yes. Okay. Right. Hi. Good morning. You're on the air.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Papa here. Good morning, Chester.
Hey, good morning.
Chester, we got to be careful, right? Remember the case just over, right? And if I had to be a jury, I was going to vote for the guy to be acquitted. The white guy in the subway.
Oh, in the subway? Oh, boy. I don't know about that one.
Black person.
I don't know about that one.
Crazy or not, what do you do when you see someone getting hurt? How far do you go? Suppose the person can't own bad. Yeah, you bring a piece of wood or something, or you just come with your hands to defend the person who getting hurt. You could get charged in court for manslaughter or murder. So I hope we be wise enough that when people do make a decision and step in and try to stop things them, that we encourage the authority to either let the person go or go through the process and hopefully pray that the jury would acquit, that the jury would really acquit the person. Now, Dwight, what I think is wrong is that the little girl, 12-year-old girl who was raped and strangled, strangled, it's taking kind of too long. They say they sent away to do the DNA, right? Mm-hmm. They say they think, I hear one or two persons, I really hear the official report saying that they sure that's the person who raped and killed the 12-year-old girl. But he's sitting down, the alleged person is sitting down in silence, eating 3 meals a day, bathing and everything, right? I think the authorities need to be pushing the issue. I don't know if it's a doctor issue or a DNA issue, to find out if that's the right person or if the DNA come positive or whatever, to get that court case going on. Because guess what, if they slip and let him out, or it wouldn't be right. We say we are not into vigilante justice, but it wouldn't be right for this case to be going on so long. So I think they need to hurry up and deal with it, Dwight.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. The little girl, she must see that very sure. Dwight, what happened yesterday? You never called me back with that number for the
Yeah,
chef
we
who's supposed
did
to
call
be
you back.
doing
I'll call you after the show. Yeah, I did call you back.
You did? Oh, right.
I
That's a
did.
possibility. I must see. You didn't leave no message, right?
No,
So
we'll
I don't
talk.
know
We'll talk.
publicly.
We'll talk after the show. We'll talk after the show. Yeah, her funeral was over the weekend. Okay, it's been a long time, but we know we have a major issue with lab stuff here, and we have to send it away. And I'm sure they have a big backlog. So it's a complete mess. A complete mess. This message as we go to the break. Dwight, I have 2 children, and to be honest, I would not put my life in danger for an unknown person. And in today's Bahamas, many people that are fathers would not put their life on the line for strangers anymore when they have children of their own, young children of their own on their mind. If I had come up and fought him, and then he pulled out a knife and killed me, what would that have? What would they have said about me? That he's a hero, and my 2 young girls would no longer have a dad? I can't do that to them. I'm only calling the police. Just has a lot to say about that. I can see it in his face. We'll get back to this after the break.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Christmas wish for all of you. Get a no-fee loan from RBC, it's true.
No more wishing for your Christmas ideas to come true. Get a no-fee loan from RBC and make those ideas a reality.
It's a Christmas wish for all of you. Get a no-fee loan from RBC, it's true.
Finding the right loan for all of your Christmas ideas starts with a conversation. Visit a branch to speak with an advisor today. Offer ends December 31st.
It is time for your first look at traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Make your Christmas dreams come true with a no-fee loan from RBC. A reminder about a lot of the work that's going on. We've got on Shirley Street, the paving work that's going on, 7 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. It's expected to wrap up by Friday. That's between Village Road and Frederick Street. And just a reminder, if you have concerns of the work on Bay Street, East Street to Christie Street, that is just the asphalt road base regulation layer and not the final road surface. So the current asphalt condition on the road will remain until the Water and Sewage Corporation finishes their work at East and Church Street. So they're not done yet, and there's a lot more work to be done there. And a reminder, if you are in the area of the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center, that today, at least this morning, going to be a bit of congestion as a result of the Fox Foundation Christmas drive that's taking place there. In your real-time traffic right now, we are seeing some heavy traffic on Milo Butler Highway just north of the Fire Trail roundabout. As you approach Harold Pond, you'll see that heavy traffic northbound heading to Tonic Williams Darling Highway in the roundabout there. Tonic Williams Darling Highway backed up westbound right now towards that roundabout. Elsewhere, we are seeing heavy traffic on Blue Hill Road, looking pretty bad for you near Carmichael and Soldier Road, and especially on the way to Independence Drive, and north of that area, straight through the Robinson Road roundabout, all the way up through to Cordo Avenue. You'll be seeing heavy traffic there. Celery Drive is backed up for you as well, and a lot of this might be related to what's going on at the stadium. Sports Center Road is busy for you at this hour as well. So keep that in mind. This is causing the alternate routes to get around the stadium to be busy at this hour. Elsewhere, we've got at some of the major intersections along Prince Charles Drive, heavy traffic for you, and a bit of congestion, slow-moving traffic near Wolf Road and Marathon Road in the roundabout there. That's what we're seeing right now in your real-time traffic. We'll have another update for you in our 8 o'clock hour. This traffic alert brought to you by RBC. Visit a branch or rbc.com/Christmas ideas today and find the right loan for you. And time for another check of your weather, brought to you by Easy Car Sales. We've got low-level troughing across the southeast Bahamas. That's going to continue to shift westwards while supporting showers and possible isolated thunderstorms across the islands. And a cold front's going to enter the Bahamas late today into Thursday, and that's going to bring an increase of showers along the front, and eventually that's going to stall over the central Bahamas before a stronger cold front will move into the area late Friday, ushering in cooler temperatures and drier conditions for the weekend. For most areas today, look for partly cloudy conditions with highs in the mid-80s, lows in the mid-70s. For Thursday, tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy in the northwest Bahamas, partly sunny in the central and southeast Bahamas. Friday, partly sunny in the northwestern islands and central Bahamas, variably cloudy in the southeast Bahamas. By Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds, and partly cloudy by Sunday. That's your morning blend weather, brought to you by Easy Car Sales. Get a deal on all 2024 electric vehicle models in stock at Easy Car Sales. Visit their online store at easy242.com for financing, discounts, and rebates while they last. Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards on this Wednesday. 1 week to go to Christmas Day. And we are talking about what's in the news. Coming up in a few minutes, though, we're going to talk with Alive as the countdown to Christmas continues. They've got a lot of holiday specials. And we're going to find out more about what they have in store in a few minutes. But we, as we said, continue with what's in the news. Before the break, we've been dealing with this tough story. The mom apparently beaten in the street Woman suffering 2 broken legs in a broad daylight attack as plenty of people were sitting in their cars watching. And she does not know this man who just got off the bus, followed her off the bus, and beat her to pieces right there on the side of the street, Blue Hill Road and Poinciana Drive. Unbelievable scene and just really, really shocking. We've got a whole lot of your text messages to get to, and we'll get your final calls. And we do want to touch on this nomination of Herschel Walker as ambassador to the Bahamas as well. So a lot of news on this Wednesday. Oh, boy. Okay, so let's get your messages and we'll get back to the calls. This text here says here, Dwight and Chester, I believe that I'm traumatized just watching the video. Even as a man, I would need to know the situation before I intervene. Would need to be sure what I'm getting myself into. I would want to help the woman without both of us joining the murder count. Hear that, Chester? Chester's advocating for people to be heroes.
Well, there was one.
Eventually,
and he was fine.
Yeah, but that's by the grace of God, and it's
amen.
Lucky for
amen
him.
to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so,
boy,
you know, if my wife had stepped off a bus and someone was beaten up dead, and you had me on the radio talking about this, would my comments be the same? Would that guy who's talking about his 2 kids' comments be the same? He'd be like, "Why didn't nobody help my wife?"
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm asking that as well, but I know what the reason is. People are...
Everybody say what the reason is.
Yeah, people are afraid. People are really... You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into when you step out your front door.
It's different, though. It's a little different. A little bit different. This person says here, this incident's been on my mind since yesterday. I still don't know what should have been done. Can you get a guest on your show to speak about this incident and offer guidance? What? Who guessed? Maybe someone who...
At the risk of sounding... I don't know what I'm going to sound like. Right? I was involved in an incident a couple of years ago, and Tanika Thompson was with me, who works with us now. Mm-hmm. And I think I was giving her a ride home. And somebody snatched a purse from a tourist near the bridge. And I stopped my car and I jumped out and I ran after him, right? And I told Tanika to jump in. And I told Tanika to
just did a... He almost got whiplash from looking.
and after as I jumped out the car, I told Tanika, get in the driver's seat, because we obviously were blocking traffic at that point, and go run the other 2 guys down.
With the
car? Right. Oh. I didn't catch these dudes. They were fast. They were fast, right? But so fast forward to 2 days afterwards, because I think I don't know if I waited for the police or if I told them to give my name if they needed some evidence or whatever, right? And the police was like, "You had a gun?" I was at CID giving my side of the story. "You had a gun?" I was like, "No." I was like, and he was like, and I was like, "What does that mean?" He's like, "You didn't have a gun." And I was like, "No." It's like, "Oh, okay."
The CID.
Even the police. So the suggestion from the police was like, you went and did this thing, and you didn't have protection. You didn't have some kind of protection.
But you would have not had a legal gun in any event if you.
No, I'm sure he's talking about a legal gun.
No, what type of legal gun? Like,
well, there's no any kind of gun would have sufficed.
So you would have run out with a shotgun?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But that makes a lot of sense.
But still, I would still be liable because I don't have the right to take any gun that the police licensed for me out of my car to do anything with except shoot a bird or hog. Okay. As far as I know.
How long ago was this? How old were you?
This was years ago. I think I was.
Would you do that today?
I don't know what I would do today.
I don't think you would do
I don't know. I can't tell you if I would do it or not. It depends on the situation. Again,
I don't think, and I wouldn't recommend
my wife would frown upon me doing something like that.
Not only your wife.
Again. But yes, I have a little more to lose now, but my family would have been sad if something happened to me at that point too, right?
Chester Robards, the saddest Marvel character. Okay. Well, I mean, you're a very honorable man. Good for you, but that's dangerous stuff. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't think about it. You just act when people are in harm's way. And in that particular situation, maybe not, because it was kind of just a person. But, still.
Wow. Okay. This texter says, this is earlier I said maybe we need to start having licenses for people purchasing liquor to prove that you are of sound mind. And this person says, Dwight, don't give Simon Wilson any idea on causing us to pay a fee to buy liquor. The PLP group will do it to support their travel and consultants. Wow. It's always got to work in a politics thing.
Not this one. Not this one. Not this one.
What? What?
No.
What are you saying?
No, because they need that stuff for their parties. This one ain't gonna work for no political party.
Unanimously defeated.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, boy. Liquor is sold all over Nassau. Some people from their homes without a license, and the Chinese are selling it over the hill, selling from 6 a.m.
They got to go gorge on rum cake if they can't get it.
6 a.m. to 5:59. Yeah, I mean, okay. Anyway, did the lady or the guy say they know each other? No, they don't know. She doesn't know him. That's what she said. She doesn't know him. Are these people on a new drug? This is the third vagrant who's turned violent. I read a story on CNN with a woman in the U.S. who went drinking with her friend. She recounted that she did a line of coke and changed. Oh, goodness. She said he had a crazy look in his eye. What's happening? What's going on?
What is this story?
Became violent and he attempted to rape her. We need to start charging.
A vagrant? Wait, she was doing a line of coke with a vagrant?
Here.
What is it? I don't follow this story.
Well, so it's bad coke now. Okay, well, I mean.
But what did that have to do with vagrants?
What happened to the good coke?
Anyway,
even the cocaine has changed. You see.
Well, we know that happens time to time.
Sorry. What is 2024? Even the cocaine ain't what it used to be. Well.
That can't be what they were saying.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Let's take this call. Good morning, call. You're on the air.
Dwight, y'all almost cost me lose.
Oh boy.
No, but Dwight, I want to address a few things. You used the word legislation, and as a community advocate, people are you start to feel very like you're beating a dead horse or speaking to a wall when it comes to domestic issues in our country, because legislatively nothing changes. I want to use, for example, we had the situation with the elderly lady. We were told that the individual involved in that case was mentally challenged. We had the situation with the young girl. We were told the individual in that case was mentally challenged. We have this situation yesterday that has now become national headlines. But what are we doing legislatively? If we're not doing it, yes, we've elected people to do it on our behalf. But what are we as a country, as a people, doing to cause it to happen, per se, after all of these incidents? And that's where it starts to seem like fake outrage, because what's the sense of us just talking about it in silos in our various quarters, but take no real national action to cause something to happen that actually safeguards us as a people? That's one. The next thing I want to speak to is this whole idea about I ain't getting involved and who ain't getting involved and what's not. I think what's in us comes out in the moment. And I want to use, for example, one night I was going to the wash house and I heard a scream. And my personal instinct said, whatever it is, I ain't getting it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But something just caused me to look out the window. And when I looked outside, there was a lady running past the house. And my natural instinct, because of what's in me, just naturally opened the door. I ran outside barefoot, run out. What happened, Mom? Someone take my bag, and I run behind the guy. And I didn't make these choices. This is just me reacting. And I'm barefoot in the bush, and then the guy gave me back the bag because in the moment, the Holy Spirit was like, tell him that's your mommy. And I can understand why, because it's going to cause him to become frightened, to say, well, I'm going to harm. I literally got this lady's bag back, prayed with this guy in the bush, and him walking off said, but I'm going to shoot you. And I said, but the Holy Spirit got me and you arrested.
Amen.
Another incident happened where I was living where a landlord, who may even be listening, had an incident with her boyfriend one evening. And this dude is chopping her with a cutlass. And I run outside, put him in his vehicle, push him from there. I don't know where the strength and power to do this came from. When the police arrived to de-escalate the situation even, I literally intentionally laid on the floor there and played like something was wrong with me just to de-escalate the situation any further, because if it came to where it now is a further escalation between the female and the male, to where there's this huge police scene, it's only gonna explode. So to take the focus off of what transpired with them, this lady had arm was broken in two places where he chopped her with this cutlass and whatnot.
Wow.
And without a shadow of a doubt, God thrust me in the middle of. So I honestly think, Dwight, it's what's in us. Because what if one of those ladies that I assisted or that God used me to assist was your sister, your mother, your daughter?
Yep.
And so we as a people need to start to really think to ourselves what's gone wrong. Our hearts have waxed cold, and it's only the warm love of God that would cause our hearts to melt back to a place where we can unify as a people sensibly versus just operating in these silos. Oh, that's my husband, that's my daddy. You think I want to lose my husband to him trying to help somebody? Yes, how did we get there? Why are we there? But we can't just continue to accept this and justify its normalcy.
Wow.
And the Spirit of God is not giving us a spirit of fear.
Wow. Thank you very much. Appreciate the call. Okay, we'll take this call and then I got to read the rest of your messages. Good morning, caller on the air.
Yes, good morning, Dwight. Boy, so glad you got to me. But I welcome back, Dwight. I hope you enjoyed your European tour. You got to see what is anyhow.
Right.
Montenegro, that's where he was.
Yeah, and Chester, good morning to you too.
Good morning.
Listen, Chester, I just want to commend you for your stance, man. I really appreciate you, and I know that you are a God-fearing man, and I know that you felt that you would do what God would have you to do. I just want to commend you for that. We got to work on Dwight.
I said I wouldn't know what I would do. I don't know. It's a very tricky situation.
Jesus tells the story of the Good Samaritan, and all of us know the story. How the church and everybody else passed by on the other side because they were not prepared to take a risk. They would, he could have said, what if the robbers are hiding in the bush? What if? But you see, he was prepared to take a risk. I hear, when I listen to the story of Ariel's mother, and she recounted how many days they'd have to walk so many minutes from the store, and nobody would stop to take a risk to give them a ride home with their packages. I could hear the anguish in her voice. In the so-called Christian nation, where people believe, who go to church every day, but they're afraid to take a risk. The Bible tells us, Chester, that our times are in His hands.
Yep.
God will keep you. I'm a 65-year-old man. If I'd have been able to go and get him by car, I'd have talked to him first. If he didn't listen to me, the Spirit of God would have come. I'd slap him so hard, he would catch his sense quick.
That's right.
But we have to be prepared to take risks at time in order to save someone.
Yep.
So just again, I commend you, and I hope all of us as Bahamians, as individuals, that we would once again love our neighbors as we love ourselves.
Absolutely.
And Dwight, before I go, when this mental health bill was passed several months, when it was
2022, actually, I was just looking at it.
2022.
Yeah.
There was a component in there that said that the bill has the right to have someone appointed by the state or the or these individuals who have these mental challenges that would allow the government to take them off the street. But all these other bills that they have passed, they don't void the paper that it's written on because we never see nothing being done. So Dwight, the Minister of Health, to come in and explain to the Bahamian people what was his thought process in passing this bill, because it seems, according to the Minister of Tourism, it was just to get the vagrants of the streets from downtown. You know, that was what they were more concerned about, the tourists, and why we as the citizens have to deal with these individuals every day.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Thank you so much.
for taking my call.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too. All right.
I'm looking at the bill, but I mean there is a part that says that if somebody cannot admit themselves or their family can't admit them, they can be admitted.
By whom?
But who's going to start that process of making that decision?
Yeah. Wow. All right, let's read these messages. The person says here, law enforcement is failing and you must remove the leaders not demanding more or providing more. After all the headlines, continuous scandals, crimes, and allegations, the police have become less visible. I don't know if that's accurate. But anyway, unless, of course, you are an MP in need of an escort. Where's the technology to help in crime prevention or even evidence it works beyond the words of someone in front of a mic? We are playing with fire because the criminals and the crazy folks got free reign.
Let me just read this section about what police are supposed to do. A person with mental illness loitering in a public place. A police officer shall, on being informed by a member of the public that a person is loitering in a public space, appear to be exhibiting symptoms of a mental illness. On observing that person loitering in a public place, is satisfied that the person appears to have a mental illness.
Oh, the police have to be satisfied?
The police have to be satisfied.
Oh, okay.
Convey such person to the nearest health facility or mental health facility for examination and assessment.
The same people who tell you when someone's breaking into your house that they have no car to send, they are going to come out to get that person on the side of the street carrying on like a fool?
Yeah, but so it says that on being informed by a member of the public. So does that mean they have to wait for that? Or if they driving past this person, they could do it themselves?
Obviously, they drive past them every hour of the day.
Of course they do.
Oh, boy. Well, that explains a lot. Dwight and Chester, I hear you saying that you have to assess the situation. However, no one who is an innocent bystander watching that would be able to see if those people knew each other. One would naturally assume that they did know each other.
Oh, yeah, let him kill her on the side of the road because he know her. That makes sense. That makes lots of sense.
Wow. Also, if he was drunk and disheveled and pulled you like a vagrant, I'm sure others would have jumped in. But from watching the video, he did not appear to be any of those things. Well, I don't know if you could tell.
I can't tell from the video.
No. So how would you be able to assess that situation properly?
Well, don't assess it. Just go help. How about that?
Does Chester live in the Bahamas? A guy got killed over a parking spot. Every day we hear of someone being shot, stabbed, or killed. If he wants to help put on a cape and hit the streets, nobody's stopping him. Ask how many people he saved. Well, you're taking this the wrong way now.
I don't need a
You're
cape.
taking it the wrong way. But we appreciate...
And like that caller said, there's a spirit inside people of God that moves them to do certain things. And if you're a true believer, you protect it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if it was one of my relatives who was being beaten to death on the side of the road,
we would all be saying that. We'd all be saying, please help. Someone help. Why didn't you help?
Yeah, why didn't you help? And even these texters, if that was your grandmama on the side of the road on the sidewalk being beaten half to death, you wouldn't be texting saying that. You'd be like, why didn't anybody do something? Why didn't you do something? You ain't gonna do nothing, right? To help somebody else's mama, why somebody should help yours?
This texter says here, this is not the 90s. Men will come back to deal with you. Chester's thinking is flawed. The man didn't have to have a gun during the altercation. He could come back and look for you if you intervened.
Oh, let's not do anything in life to help anybody. Somebody's going to come back to hurt you.
I mean,
we all
discount that.
We all a bunch of pansies nowadays, huh? That's it. We finished.
I don't think that's
right.
We
finished.
Well,
we finished.
I mean, they caused this. They caused it. And yes, we contributed to them being but they did cause this. And now we're in a terrible place where you're too afraid to help people. And that it's very sad. It's a reality, but it's very unfortunate.
The fear of God should be in the people who are committing crimes, that there is a mob that will come for them if they try to do some craziness. That there are men out there who will, if you on the sidewalk beating a woman half to death, you should be afraid before your drunk mind even go there, that people could jump out their car and kill you.
Well, the mentally
but
challenged won't.
But we built a society. We built a society where nobody fears anything in this country.
Very
the
true.
police, the other people, nothing. They don't fear dogs. They don't fear nothing.
You're saying
the law, the courts, the prison. They ain't scared of nothing.
People don't fear the dogs. Or the dogs aren't afraid. Which one?
Both actually.
Right. Chester's on point this morning. Yesterday's situation was sad and horrific, to say the least. At least Chester said someone or a group of people should have assisted sooner. Thank God for the sole young man that did step in. It took one blow and the man ran off. The scenario many in the past week speaks to our eroding society. Mental health is on the increase, mental health issues, and has to be addressed by the government.
You can imagine if you're part of a neighborhood watch and somebody come to rob your house or assaulting you outside your gate, and everybody just peeking out their window, or maybe somebody pull out their phone and record. What that neighborhood watch for? If anybody home and around if you being beaten in front of your house in a neighborhood watch neighborhood, it should be a angry mob with fire and broomsticks coming to protect you.
Wow. Let's take these final calls, and we're going to take a break. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hi, good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Is that me?
Yes, you're on.
Quality days of Strachan, always along with you in Chester, Dwight.
Good morning. Turn on your radio for us, please.
Know, right? Do you know how the lady's legs got broken?
She was severely beaten.
This was just a big guy and a small lady.
I don't know, but it was a bad beating.
Okay, I just can't figure out. He must be stamped on her leg, I suppose.
It was horrific.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot. Hi, good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, Dwight. Chester, I'm glad you all read that thing about the police. On Market Street, everybody listening to your show, Dwight, and you also know about this gentleman who sits on the corner of Market Street right as you pass Purity Bakery.
Yeah.
When the light turns red one day, I watched this gentleman put himself underneath the bus, in between the front axle and the back axle, daring the bus driver, move this bus if you bad, and this and that, and the next thing. Okay, I drove to the police station, said, sir, could you all please do something with that gentleman? That is a challenge. I even want to use the word nuisance just because of our stigma to negative connotations. I say that's a challenge to the motoring public. Please.
He can't walk, right?
This, that, and the next, and what he can be right back out there, and da-da-da-da-da. Like this culture of us failing to do anything is a part of the problem also, and that in itself is a part of mental health that we need in this country. We need a reconfiguration of how we go about operating as a society, Dwight. This ain't, and I'm telling you this, Dwight, as a community treatment specialist. This fear we have, what we also say we don't have no fear, what immobilizes us to do the right thing, if only, is a problem. And we need leaders who have the know-it-all to help us address these societal issues, to help us solve these issues. This ain't just no law enforcement. We as a people have some critical issues that we must address nationally.
Absolutely.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
a great job inside.
I appreciate it.
Keep
Thank
up
you.
the great work, Dwight.
Yeah, I think that guy, I feel like he had a wheelchair, but he always on the ground. I don't know how he moves around, like drags himself all over the place, but he is always there at that same spot.
Very sad. All right, these messages, we go to the break. This person says here, Dwight, I'm ashamed by these responses. I'm 100% behind everything Chester is saying. If that was somebody's daughter, mother, friend, family, no way a man should just watch that type of violence against woman or child. Or fellow man, I think, even. Right?
Yeah. Well,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Depends. If he putting up a fair fight, maybe. I don't know if it's just. But if the person he's fighting is clearly crazy,
then you would be the hero that you are, Mr.
I don't
Chester.
know. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like I say, every situation's different.
Oh, I see. Interesting. As a former police officer, the problem is when the police have these persons taken to the hospital, they are somehow released 1 hour later.
Well,
and when you call for the EMT, they don't want to deal with the person. Sometimes they're saying they're not trained for that, especially if the person is violent. Wow.
I could be wrong, but I think that they could only keep them for 2 weeks, too. 14 days.
My goodness.
So I don't know what kind of treatment you get in 14 days.
See, this is part of the problem right here. This text. Those people who were there and had the ability to help but didn't deserve a royal cut, blank, blank, blank.
So what's wrong with that?
No, it's more violence. That's what you want to do. You didn't help me, but I'm going to beat you up. Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Who that person is who's recording that video?
Yeah, let's beat them. Ah, boy. Hey, it's Christmas time. We'll be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio.
We got a winter wonderland.
Build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Make your house a home, stop by the furniture store that's giving you more. With appliances, furniture, and prices, whatever you want, we got it all. Promise Furniture, no wonder, we give it you, we make it worthwhile. We make it quality, comfort, and style. Quality and style, yeah. Promise Furniture, no wonder, what we give it you, we make it worthwhile. Giving you quality, comfort, and style. Promise Furniture.
The holidays are here, and Dunkin' is spreading the cheer this season. Let Dunkin' be a part of your celebrations. Warm up with your favorite holiday drinks, grab a box of our famous donuts for your gatherings, or treat someone special to a Dunkin' gift certificate, the gift that always runs on joy. From our Dunkin' family to yours, we wish you a season filled with laughter, love, and a whole latte happiness. Happy holidays! And remember, the Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
End of the day, Lumpkin, the customers love the red suit. You think you can heist them pounds something a little more? We need to see more socks. But before you go, look at, I got some specials going on for the sale. I got 2 sets of 12 by 12 and 4 sets of 18 by 18 tile. Now the 12 by 12 Al Blanco is just that, Al Blanco. That and the peach and gray Alcala going for $2.15 a square foot. Now I got 3 18 by 18 flagstone style and a high gloss gray and beige tile for $2.03 a square foot. But what you doing, Lumpkin? I'm looking for one pen. Sale ends December 21st.
Celebrate the magic of Christmas with Sugar D's and their freshly baked holiday treats. From indulgent desserts to warm, comforting pastries, they have everything to make your season sweeter, like their standard cakes in red velvet, chocolate, vanilla, carrot, and Oreo. And of course, their specialty cakes like German chocolate, pina colada, and so much more. Pre-order now and share the joy of the season by calling 552-8624.
The joy of giving comes with rewarding you with cash prizes from our regional pot of over US $100,000. Simply apply for a personal loan, auto loan, land loan, or mortgage from CIBC Caribbean. Once approved, you may be entered for a chance to be one of 3 lucky winners in your country. Each winner will pull a card with a surprise cash prize of US $1,500, US $2,500, or US $5,000 cash. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joy of giving. CIBC Caribbean terms and conditions apply.
Time for your final look at weather for the morning, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Here's what's happening. All right, so we have quite a bit happening before the weekend will start to improve. But we've got low-level troughing across the southeast Bahamas. That's going to continue to shift westward while supporting showers and possible isolated thunderstorms across the country. A tight pressure gradient between strong high pressure in the western Atlantic and a low-level trough will support fresh to strong winds across the country. And a cold front's going to enter the Bahamas late today into early tomorrow. That's going to bring an increase in showers as the front will eventually stall over the central Bahamas. Then a second, stronger cold front will move into the area late Friday, and that's going to bring cooler temperatures and drier conditions for the weekend and into early next week, just before Christmas. Beachgoers being urged to exercise extreme caution along northern and eastern shorelines and sheltered areas, and it should stay out of the water in Atlantic shorelines, as is life-threatening rip currents and rough surf in these areas. Motorists and pedestrians should exercise caution while along coastal roadways, especially the Glass Window Bridge in Eleuthera, as we're expecting overtopping waves, sea spray, and minor coastal flooding. A near-gale warning is in effect for the central and southeast Bahamas, while a near-gale watch is in effect for the rest of the country. For today, for most areas, partly cloudy, highs near 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 75 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. In your extended outlook for Thursday, partly cloudy to cloudy in the northwest Bahamas, partly sunny in the central and southeastern islands. For Friday, partly sunny in the northwest and central Bahamas, variably cloudy in the southeast Bahamas. And for Saturday, look for a mix of sun and clouds before partly cloudy conditions and much cooler temperatures Saturday and Sunday. That's your morning blend weather check. Weather check brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Sherwin-Williams Paints has got you covered for all your painting and equipment needs, and the season spruce up sale up to 20% off going on now through December 24th. Art supplies up to 15% off as well. Visit Sherwin-Williams for more details. And time for your final look at traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Make your Christmas ideas come true with a no-fee loan from RBC. Okay, we've got a number of issues to tell you about. We're seeing lots of traffic, likely as a result of what's happening at the Sports Center, the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center, and the Fox Foundation Christmas drive that's going on there. So that's causing traffic to... We're having serious issues around the stadium. So folks trying to get around this Blue Hill Road, very busy for you from Soldier Road straight through the roundabout with Independence Drive and up to Robinson Road, and that's going to take you all the way up to Cordo Avenue. You'll be seeing slow-moving northbound traffic there. Tawny Williams-Darling Highway and Independence Drive, both directions you're going to be seeing lots of heavy traffic there. On University Drive near the stadium, bumper-to-bumper, slow-moving traffic both directions. And at the six-legged roundabout, John F. Kennedy Drive eastbound, northbound on Milo Butler Highway, you're going to be seeing that slow-moving traffic there as well. Then we've got Milo Butler Highway, heavy traffic from well south of the Fire Trail roundabout if you're heading northbound. In fact, if you're coming off Carmichael, you're going to be seeing slow-moving traffic just as you get onto Milo Butler Highway. And near Faith Avenue, also a bit of congestion for you at this hour. We're seeing some slow-moving traffic near Saunders Beach if you're heading eastbound on West Bay Street. And Soldier Road near Robinson Road. That intersection looking congested, especially northbound on Soldier, north of that intersection. Robinson near Old Trail, all the way to Marathon East-West Highway. Very slow-moving, heavy traffic there. Marathon Road also busy for you northbound at this hour. Good luck to you if you're out there on the streets. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend traffic alert brought to you by RBC. Visit a branch or rbc.com/Christmas ideas today and find the right loan for you.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a
We're back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong along with Chester Robards. Changing gears. Thank goodness Alicia is here with us to take us away from that very disturbing issue when we should be thinking happy things. So close to Christmas, 1 week out. But Alicia Murphy with Alive, she's the product and content manager, is joining us. Alicia, great to see you. It's been a while.
I know. Great to see you guys too.
Good to have you with us. All right, so Alive, I'm sure, is one of the happiest places to be around this time of the year, right?
Absolutely. We are doing so many amazing things for our customers, and we're here to talk about those things.
Okay, all right, so let's talk about it. What do we begin with?
Oh, we'll begin with the 12 Days of Christmas. So our 12 Days of Christmas giveaways has started December 13 and will run until the 24th. That means every single day we're giving away to our loyal customers many great prizes. I'm talking smart TVs, AirPods, gift cards, tablets, of everything. And all you have to do is be an Alive customer, a Live Fab customer, or a Rev customer. So everyone is eligible to win. We're not making any mandatory requirements. Just be on our network, use our services, and we're giving away so many positive things this Christmas.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I'll always say, visit any Alive store, come over, port it over to our network. We have great port-in offers for any new customer that joins the networks. We have amazing device sales. One of our newest devices is the Unecto device. It's an Android phone, all of the great features that people love, great RAM, storage, awesome camera. So it's a perfect gift, even a stocking stuffer if you could get it in a large enough stocking.
Yeah. And if you are an existing customer, how are you
getting all these benefits?
Yeah, how will you?
Oh, well, that's the great part of the 12 days. So once
Okay.
you're on, you've ported over, you've joined our network, you can take advantage of any of these 12 days. So every day we do random drawings. Just follow us on our social media channels and you may see your name listed. And we're going to make sure everybody gets their goodies before Christmas. So we're working on making sure everyone on the Family Islands get their TVs, AirPods, gift cards as well.
You don't have to do anything?
No, nothing much. Just be on the network. That's it. So we're giving back to our loyal customers. That's what the 12 days of Christmas is all about.
You'll inform winners, or how does it work?
Yes. So our media and marketing team will be reaching out to customers personally, but for visibility, we are posting the winners of every daily giveaway on our social media channels. That's We Are Alive.
Wow. And so the prizes that you mentioned, are a lot of those things sold in your stores as well?
Yes, that's a really cool point there, Chester. Yes. So if you see there's items that we're giving away, you can purchase these items in stores. I'm talking gift cards, TVs, any of the accessories or technology that we give away. We also sell them in store.
Okay. Good stuff.
Good to know. I didn't know y'all sell TVs. So
Yes, we've got all the way up to 75.
They've told us about that.
Maybe
on
I
the
haven't
show.
been in the store in a while. Maybe I need to go back.
Yeah,
I go there for my Ring stuff.
Oh, yes, we do have
Yeah.
Ring. And we have an amazing sale on Ring as well.
Ooh.
And the really convenient thing is if you guys are like now in the studio, you can make an order online and we do free delivery as well at Alive.
Okay.
That's such an awesome experience doing
Absolutely.
that. Was it concierge service?
Yes.
That was such an awesome experience. All right.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so 12 days. We're in day what now?
Today is day 6, I believe. Time's going fast. And today we are giving away.
Oh, it's a list today.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, every day. Smart TVs.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at how I ask about
So
TVs.
anybody who's a live customer could potentially win a TV.
Absolutely.
today.
So we have a certain amount that we give away every day, and we just list the winners on our website or our social media channels.
How are they picked? How do you?
It's just random draw. Yeah. So we do make it fair in that way. Once you're on the network, we dump everyone's name in, basically spin the wheel, and pull out a few winners.
I'm hearing in my brain here.
And I'm wondering why I haven't been called yet. But okay. So
too much people on the network, right? You fought on the list.
Oh, okay. So how do you know can you say what you're giving away tomorrow, or do you have the 12 days outlined? Yeah, okay, let's hear what's coming up.
So coming up, we have gift cards. We know everyone's paying bills, so we want to help out a little bit. We have
wow.
BPL gift cards that we're giving away.
Always need
Sensitive
that.
topic, but on this Friday, which is day 8, we're giving away drones. Ooh.
That's timely.
Yes, and we have some amazing Samsung merchandise that we're giving away as well. Earbud smartwatches, and we're going to close off with those really big smart TVs. I'm talking 75-inch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say what now?
Yep.
Wow.
Giving it away. So we want your home to be powered by Alive.
Is there anything extra we can do to be in the running?
Right. Get another phone. So you have 2 names on the network.
It's a possibility, but we don't, double count
Yeah.
anything. But I'd say just keep your service active. So if you usually buy plans, buy plans. If you have a live fiber or you don't, sign up for a live fiber. If you're postpaid, pay your postpaid bill. Just keep up to date. That's all you have to do. Keep up and keep active.
Wow.
Well, that's bringing some Christmas cheer. Right?
So you are in the running, Dwight.
Yes.
Well, we'll
So
see.
be happy about that.
We'll keep my fingers
Whether you
crossed.
win or not,
All right. Anything else happening?
So we are giving away more. So every holiday season, I know our loyal TV customers are used to us doing our holiday freeviews. They are back. We know all of the major networks, they air all their holiday shows. So for any Alive Fiber TV or Rev TV customer, you can get free access to watch any channel in our lifestyle, news and science, or kids packages. So there's quite a few channels. The kids are home, something to entertain them with. Everything is safe within parameters. So you've got news for the older adults, you've got kids content for the kids, and it's all free. You don't have to do anything except switch to the channel.
Oh, so it's like active.
Yep.
Oh.
So that's running from the 15th to the 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I see the messages about getting a live fiber. What do people need to do if they want it and they want to get that in time for Christmas? Is that
Awesome.
possible?
Yeah, it's possible. So the quickest way is to visit the website alivefiber.com. That's ALIVFIBR.com, and just sign up there. Once you sign up, you just drop a pin on where you're located. One of our agents will reach out to you, and in a few days, you can have a installation scheduled.
Okay. And you could have it for Christmas.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
Alive Fiber brings you some of the fastest internet to your home, so it is a good gift for the house.
Hey.
There you go. Everyone can benefit.
There you go. There you go. All right. Any other special things going to be going on during these last few days before Christmas?
Oh, yeah. So there's a really huge promotion that we have running. We know Alive is a title sponsor for the Junkanoo Parade in New Providence. So that means we have a promotion going on for our mobile customers. So starting this Friday, whenever you purchase a plan, again, normal behavior, you'll get a special text that allows you to enter who you think is going to be the Division A winners. So you can choose from who's ever in that category. If you guess that order correctly, you win $300 cash.
If you guess the order correctly?
Yes, from first to last place. So, some people feel and they have their senses, their spidey senses, and they say, okay, I feel like this is going to be
How many
the way it
times can
works.
you enter this?
Parades, Boxing Day as well as New Year's. So Boxing Day runs from the 20th to the 25th. You'll get that text, you submit your bid, and we'll just
But you
check
can
to
only
see-
enter once for each parade.
That's a really
'Cause
good
I
one.
was-
So based on the plan you purchase, you actually get up to 3 options to enter. What? So if you purchase a 1-day plan, you get 1 entry. If you purchase a 7-day plan, you get 2 entries. You purchase a 30-day plan, you get 3 entries. It works for postpaid as well. So all our postpaid plans are 30 days. You have an opportunity to enter to win as well once you are up to date with your bill.
So what if like 25 people get it right?
We do have a limit, but we are gonna honor as many as get it right. Because it is a feat. It definitely is a feat. But people that know the parades and have a good gauge.
This could break Alive.
All right.
We are giving away a lot. And I always tell people, don't tell finance. Don't tell finance. But we definitely want to
boy.
give back to our customers and make it exciting. We know people are going to the parade. They're going to be streaming it on our social media channels as well. So we want to make sure
This
that
is
those who
very-
participate in viewership also can participate in winning something as well.
It's a very interesting, cool form of gambling.
Yeah.
That is,
And
I'm willing to take this bet.
How only in the A category, you said?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so we know the competition is stiff this year. That 800 million talk is oh man, it's stiff. It's stiff. So the biggest competition is usually in the A category. So as we have the title sponsor, we want to support in that way and ensure we have great engagement across our base.
That would be a great Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
$100.
And the biggest gift is what we're doing on Boxing Day.
Oh, boy.
So downtown in Rawson Square, we are giving away an electric vehicle. And for that, it's the same usual stuff. Pay your bill, buy a plan, make sure you sign up for Fiber, get that service as well, and you are entered to win
Wait,
the EV
everybody?
Anyone, yes, anyone on our networks, anyone with our services enters
So
to win
how
this
will they
car.
know?
It's random draw. So we try to make it fair. There's no, I had
gonna-
a session with Dwight, so I'll put his name in the bag. No, everyone is eligible to win.
Are you going to text me on Boxing Day?
Well, we're hoping the individual is down there, but yes,
Oh.
you'll be notified on Boxing Day.
What
live
time
on
are you
TV.
doing this?
During the Boxing Day parade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another
Are you
reason to
driving
do
it into Rawson Square?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the vehicle
Yes.
outside the
Oh,
headquarters.
that vehicle.
Yes.
But,
okay.
I mean, I didn't think it was that simple.
Yeah, it's
Just
very
be a
straightforward.
customer.
Yeah, so we're definitely making things very simple for our customers. Not you have to buy 6 plans, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
none of that stuff. Very straightforward, and like I've mentioned, tons of ways to get. So you got the electric vehicle. We're doing 12 Days of Christmas, Junkanoo promotion, and if you just want to sit back and watch TV, we're giving you some extra channels as well.
Trump is here, and you all think the world's coming to an end. Is that what's going on?
It's
This is a
the
lot.
season.
This is a lot.
This is
to give
very
away.
Yuletide of a lot.
Absolutely, yes. And our slogan for this season is "It's good to be alive." So we are showing that in various ways to all of our customers.
Oh boy! Wow, I'm afraid
It's
to
good
ask if there's anything else.
It's Christmas.
Yes, it's good to be
Man,
alive this Christmas.
See that?
Whoa.
We needed that today. We needed that.
I mean, just to think that, I'm sitting at home and I could possibly win.
Absolutely.
Right? And you did.
It didn't do anything.
Very little.
I just
Chose to be alive.
I just
yeah.
chose to be alive.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's bringing Christmas cheer, at least.
Absolutely.
Murphy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Good luck to everybody,
Yeah.
including myself. And, and boy, thank you. We needed that.
Right.
Good stuff.
Alive, you're doing good stuff. All right, good talking to you as always. Don't be a stranger.
Absolutely.
We're going to break for news and be back with business. We're talking about Abaco, what's going on in Abaco with the Abaco Chamber of Commerce. Stay with us.
Do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland.
I'm joyriding.
CIBC Caribbean is giving 3 lucky clients the chance to win cash prizes this Christmas. Finance your vehicle with us for your chance to win, and we'll gift you no loan application fee, up to 100% financing, and up to 10 years to repay. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joyofgiving and apply for vehicle financing now. Terms and conditions apply.
Doctors Hospital Specialist Clinic is where trusted and best care meets consistency and dedication. Let our expert specialists take you on a healthcare journey where warmth, compassion, and your well-being come first. To prescription, we are with you every step of the way, ensuring your peace of mind. Visit us today at Centerville Medical Center, Collins Avenue and 6th Terrace, and discover quality, compassionate healthcare at Doctors Hospital Specialist Clinic.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Atlantic Insurance Agents and Brokers. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The all-new CBSBahamas.com is faster, smarter, and we've made it even easier to browse our inventory of over 11,000 products. Earn reward points with every online purchase. Check out our new AI-powered chat assistant, available 24/7. You can even select a date and time for items to be delivered to your house, job site, or the mailboat. Our Family Island customers are loving it. Build beautiful throughout the Bahamas with the new CBSBahamas.com.
Enjoy great savings this holiday on your favorite water, Aquapure. Now until December 31st, take advantage of Aquapure's Christmas coupon special. Purchase a book of 10 5-gallon coupons for just $37.50 plus VAT, regularly $42.50 plus VAT. And best of all, these coupons never expire. Be sure to take advantage of this great offer, Aquapure's Christmas coupon special, going on now. Call 394-7873 or order online at aquapure242.com.
This holiday season, stay connected to the ones you love with Alive. Switch today and get 5 gigabytes of data free with your first 30-day plan. Whether you're sharing holiday moments or enjoying Junkanoo Bay, unlimited all season long. Visit BeAlive.com to make the switch today. It's good to be alive.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Christmas wish for all of you. Get a no-fee loan from RBC, it's true.
No more wishing for your Christmas ideas to come true. Get a no-fee loan from RBC and make those ideas a reality.
It's a Christmas wish for all of you. Get a no-fee loan from RBC, it's true.
Finding the right loan for all of your Christmas ideas starts with a conversation. Visit a branch to speak with an advisor today. Offer ends December 31st.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Around the world, Cleveland Clinic is recognized as a leader in healthcare. Our team of experts relentlessly pursues the best for our patients. From groundbreaking cancer research to state-of-the-art heart surgery, life-saving innovation every day. When it's time to travel for your health, it's time to travel to Cleveland Clinic. Your destination for care, for every care in the world. To learn more, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Standard Services on Shirley Street, your everything Christmas store, has the perfect gifts just for you. Now until December 24th, you can get to 50% off everything in store, plus 20% off Christmas lights, 25% off artificial Christmas trees, Christmas decorations, and all toys. Standard Services, just around the block with everything in stock. They have everything you need to keep everyone happy this Christmas season. Get the perfect gifts, plus 5 to 50% off everything at Standard Services on Shirley Street, your everything Christmas store. Open Sunday, December 22nd.
This holiday season, give the gift that lasts a lifetime. Financial freedom with CFAL. Whether you're looking to take the stress out of holiday giving or plan for the future, CFAL has you covered. With our suite of savings products, you can start with a minimal upfront investment and low monthly contributions. Get a jump start with 2025 financial goals with CFAL Savings Express, or give the little ones a head start with the CFAL Education Plan. You can also secure your own future with the CFAL Blue Marlin Retirement Plan. This holiday season, make your gift count with CFAL, where small savings lead to brighter futures. .com today to start building wealth so you can live well. Happy holidays from all of us at CFAL.
Make your house a home. Stop by the furniture store that's giving you more. With appliances, furniture, and prices. Whatever you want, we got it all. Promise Furniture, no one better. We give it you, we make it worthwhile. We make it quality, comfort, and style. Quality and style, yeah. Promise Furniture, no one better. What we give it you, we make it worthwhile. Giving you quality, comfort, and style. Promise Furniture.
Esso is celebrating the season of joy and giving away a year of free fuel. To enter, visit any Esso service station and fuel up with $25 or more for a chance to win. Plus, there are other exciting prizes to be won. Just remember to write your name, number, and email address at the back of your receipt and drop it into one of the boxes provided. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends January 9th, 2025. So don't forget to enter to win with Esso. Esso and the Esso logo are trademarks or registered trademarks of ExxonMobil Corporation or one of its subsidiaries.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. A little bit later in the show, we'll try to get to the Herschel Walker situation. A little bit later in the show. But right now, we're beginning with Abaco, how things are going on this northern Bahamian island. And here to answer our questions, we're very pleased to have back with us the president of the Abaco Chamber of Commerce, Daphne DeGregory-Miolis. Daphne, good morning. Great to have you with us. Are you muted? Oh, there you go.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Awesome. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hope all is well. So let's have the first question be the basic one. What's happening in Abaco?
Well, if you're talking about business, we can happily report that business is almost back to, or in some cases even surpassing pre-Dorian figures. Everybody relates everything to pre-2019. And I'm happy to say that in many cases where, business has improved and are reporting, great sales at the moment. Happy to say that the rebuild is ongoing, but you can absolutely see a marked improvement over where we were, say, this time last year.
All right, so let's dive a little deeper into that. Business back to pre-Dorian levels. Like, what are we talking about specifically? What industries, sectors do you mean?
Well, definitely the supermarkets, the hardware stores, construction, services, everything basically related to the rebuild and to supporting a resident community. Also in the visitor arrivals and in rentals, Airbnbs, hotel occupancy, everybody's reporting, good numbers.
Okay, that's good news. Now, what about the housing situation? We know that had been a challenge. I know you say Airbnb's numbers are up. Are you still having a difficulty with inventory?
Housing is our major stumbling block. The location, in some cases, of people who lived here before, residents who lived in Abaco and would like to return. It's inhibiting, even to some extent, future growth. There's a lot of hype about new developments coming on stream, but where are these workers going to be housed? It almost demands a man camp, for employees to live in at these new developments. Treasure Key certainly is having to look at that. In the South, if that development goes on, gets off the ground, they're going to have to look at that. There's no place for people to live. And, I've said it over and over, and I hate to, constantly, really and truly, my feeling is that government needs to partner, have a private public partnership where they can perhaps provide the land and the private company do the construction, but where they can require a certain level of rent and restrict it to annual resident rental. Government shouldn't tell any private owner how to run their business, but if they're partnering with them and providing the land, then they do have the right to put restrictions in. And that would prevent those rental units from being turned into high-end Airbnbs, which is what's happening with everybody's room, basically, that's available on the island.
Right.
Yeah. I like what you're saying there, and you mentioned a man camp, which is usually around construction. But I think what you're saying is, in even going further, maybe when the government negotiates heads of agreements with some of these developments, that it is imperative that they put in housing for the people that they need to work there, or somewhere in the area, right?
Well, they're doing that, but what they're doing is they're not necessarily mandating them to put in permanent housing, because let's face it, you're going to need a certain number of people just for the construction end of things, and then hopefully they're going to pull from the local communities surrounding the area, providing jobs. Certainly in the case of the South, Sandy Point, Crossing Rocks, those residents certainly can use more work opportunities so that prevents them having to travel into Marsh Harbour. But after having exhausted that inventory of employees, then they can provide housing for employees that may have to transition from other islands. But what they're going to do is throw up a man camp. One of the things that we have asked for, certainly in the case of Sandy Point, of those developers, is that they build a school. The idea is, and they're selling their development as something part of the community of Sandy Point and Crossing Rocks to provide employment. But as I pointed out, my husband and I both pointed out in the local meeting, it's no good just providing opportunity for the parents when children still have to bus 60 miles to and from a school every day.
60?
Build 60 miles.
Oh my goodness.
60. Yeah, from Sandy Point to Marsh Harbour, every day they've got to be bused. That's 2 hours out of their day and on top of school. So build a school. I would love our government to request, or mandate such efforts to support the communities that eventually these developments are going to have to pull from for employees. And even to the extent of operating trade schools. Now, BTBI, we're apparently supposed to open a trade school in Marsh Harbour in September. I don't think it's opened. I don't know what's happening with that. But we need not, level of construction, the level of rebuild, the level of development that's happened over the past 5 years, dictates that we need more skilled labor. Just because you can carry a hammer doesn't mean that you're a carpenter.
Yeah. All right. So along the lines of housing, you mentioned the population and the housing shortage hindering the population return. So let's talk about population a little bit. Looking at the census numbers from 2022, the census showed that Abaco had about 16,587 people, but compared to 2010, it was 17,224. So that is below what you were a decade ago. Let's talk more about that. Is it just the housing, or is it something deeper here? Are people not prepared to come back? What do you think is accounting for this?
Honestly, I believe that it's truly housing and affordability. Abaco is much more expensive to live than New Providence or some of our other family islands. I think we're probably the highest. Food, gas costs, everything, day-to-day living. The expenses are just, mounting. And then on top of that, not to be able to find something affordable to live in, the people can't even contemplate it. Now, recently I was a judge with the Tourism Development Board, had a venture capital for entrepreneurs. And there were some very interesting new opportunities and applicants for this competition. And it demonstrated to me just how much opportunity is here. But we need the numbers, for any business to survive. And when you're a judge, you got to look at what's the sustainability of this business with this population, with this price point. And we just simply don't have the numbers to make it make sense.
Well, local government. We see the new bill that will empower the communities and give them a bit more autonomy and authority. What's your take on it from what you've seen so far, and what's the temperature on the ground in Abaco? Are people looking forward to less of a say from Nassau?
Well, the temperature, I would say, is pretty hot because, they're talking about more autonomy. But I'm not getting that from the local government representatives. And for instance, one perfect example is and we're talking about development and building and housing, anything up to any development that reaches 3,000 square feet building go to Nassau still for approval. Your plans are met. The plans are provided to the local government council. They're approved in principle, but because it's reached a 3,000 square foot level, it now has to go to New Providence for them to approve it, which is very cumbersome because it doesn't happen, it's not seamless. For instance, I know for a fact there was a plan before one of the councils in October. The meeting didn't happen in October. The meeting didn't happen in November. Then it happened in December, the early part of December. The plans were approved in principle, only to now have to be sent to Nassau, which are still sitting on the desk of the administrator in Abaco, compiling everything to send to Nassau. The person in Nassau, the one person in Nassau who can approve these plans, apparently was on vacation, went to Trinidad or something. January, February, March, if you're lucky, before those plans come back. 4 to 6 months delay in a housing development is absurd when we have a housing shortage. And then there is a conflict of opinion if the development is a bunch of small cottages, but combined they reach 3,000 square feet. Is that what has to go to Nassau? Or any one structure that's 3,000 square feet? There's just no clarity. And the builder becomes very frustrated. You have all your impact studies, you have to do your environmental studies, all of that, and then to be met with local government still really not having full autonomy.
Yeah. Wow. So in your mind, how should this work? What would be the best case scenario for local government, for Abaco, for all the islands, for it to really spark development?
Well, first of all, we should get a greater percentage of our tax collected. Money, one thing about making decisions, that's one side of it. The other side is being able to afford to do the things that need to be done. For instance, if you want to drive from Marsh Harbour to Sandy Point at night or even at dusk, you're taking your life in your hands. There's the potholes on the road is one thing. You can at least see those in daylight.
Wow.
But at night, there are no street lights, no cat eyes. Verges are not being flat tire and you have to pull over. There's nowhere to pull over. So you're stuck in the middle, basically half on, half off the road, which somebody now cannot see this vehicle because someone's driving in front of them with their new sparkling bright lights on and don't know how to use the dim button. Somebody needs to teach the driving public about the dim and the bright. You're blinded and then crash. You fall, you crash into something that's on the side of the road. That's one of the things. Local government should be able to do that, should be able to cat eyes, should be able to fix the roads with proper tar, put in solar lighting. For crime, they should be able to put in surveillance cameras. Those are things that we should be able to, on the ground in Abaco, and any island, any local government should be able to do. Signage needs to be improved. Just the image of the place, the basic infrastructure needs to be in the hands of local government in conjunction with Ministry of Works and but
how widespread are those views? Do you think most Abaconians feel that way, or is it just a few people who get it?
If I was to take a door-to-door census, I guarantee you 8 out of every 10 will feel that way. Yeah.
Do you think, maybe this is my opinion, that more people need to be more vocal about it? Are Family Islanders not vocal enough about the difference this would make?
More people need to be less apathetic. We've reached a point, I think, in the country nationwide where people just sit back and say, oh, well, that's how it happens. That's how it's done. We're apathetic people. I'm going to tell you, I am the longest serving member of the Chamber of Commerce in Abaco. I'm the one that's been on this Chamber of Commerce directorship longer than anyone else, well over 10 years. I don't even count the numbers anymore. I'm announcing now that come January at our AGM, I will be resigning, giving up my presidency.
Wow.
I am so frustrated because I don't see where I'm really making a difference. You listen to me, the listening public listens to me, and the community, and they go, good job, keep it up. But nobody's coming out to add their voice to my voice. Nobody's volunteering to give up, a half an hour on their Zoom meeting. We don't even have physical meetings anymore to provide their expertise or talent to helping their own community. We've become too complacent as a people, where we just want to sit back and wait for somebody else to do something. Like that poor woman on the side of the road getting kicked and beaten and breaking her legs. I mean, how many people, nobody at that gas station, how many people saw that going on? Nobody could jump out of that bus and, grab a hold of that man. God forbid, they let him get away. Somebody should have hog-tailed him and put him on the ground and held him till the police came. We just stand by and wait for somebody else to do something.
Yeah. So what do you think needs to be done to get people to want to act so that we can improve these islands, these communities?
That's the $1 million question. But it's really sad when has a voice about Junkanoo, but nobody has voice about their basic
My goodness.
and the cost that we have to pay for it.
We're gonna bring you a mace so you could throw it in the harbor.
I need more like I need a mast, like a big boat mast. I don't want no mace.
Well, how serious are you about resigning? I mean, can you be persuaded not to do that, or you've made up your mind?
No, I'll tell you why. My husband and I, as you know, I'm one of the owners of Abaconeem, and we've been a product-based business for the farm's been here for 30 years plus. We've now had a dream and are focusing more on, we've created a product, we've created a destination, we've rebuilt our farm, everything is on site. And now we want to, and in fact, I'm one of those people sitting on that desk since October, waiting to get approval for building 800 and 900 square foot cottages that, hopefully we'll get the approval at some point. We purchased land right adjacent to our farm so that we could be a demonstration and a model of how you can live sustainably. We are completely off grid. And we have solar power, we have wonderful well water. Thank God Abaco has some of the best water, in the world. And we want people to, at our age, see that living a healthy lifestyle sustains life. Growing your own food, having a place for, corporate Bahamas to come and rent a cottage and disconnect. Leave your TVs, put your cell phone in the cottage, go for a walk, listen to the birds, experience nature. Families getting together, men groups getting together, communicating with each other, rebuilding from the ground up the values that we used to have as a people.
Wow. Yeah. I want to ask you about, I know at some point after Dorian, there was this talk about a master plan for Marsh Harbour. Is that still floating around?
It's been floating around for
longer than
10
Dorian.
years or more. And lost a missed opportunity really for government, and this is again where local government comes
absolutely.
in. We should have, before anything was rebuilt.
Yep.
I mean, I know everybody was in a state of shock and got didn't know their head from their foot, but we should have had consultations with major business stakeholders, with the Chamber of Commerce, with local government, all the government officials, to decide, are we this is a perfect time to put in zoning, to put in where a school can be built, where a bar can be built, what's needed, fill in the gaps of what's missing. Every single island should have its own unique master plan. And unfortunately, our governments, successive governments, not a PLP government, not a UBP government, not a F&M government, not a COI government, as far as I'm concerned, when you become the government, you're the government. You're not a party. We have to get away from this thought of being party government. We're government for the people, all the people. Okay? So all governments should engage major stakeholders and their chambers of commerce. Again, another reason why I'm resigning, I really simply don't feel, no one has commerce and asked us to participate in a meeting, asked an opinion. We have to go after them to say, look, we need extensions here. We need this there. We need to drive government, but government doesn't engage us. They don't even respond. Half the time, they don't even reply to written letters or communications. So, it's right. With the exception of, I got to give it to Minister of Housing. The Minister of Housing was the only ministry that really engaged with us and put on an excellent show with us when we had it last year. So
this is the current minister?
Yes.
That's
who is the current minister?
Is it Keith Bell?
No.
Housing?
No, it was
Or was it
Marvin.
Larota? No.
I think Larota.
I don't know.
I think Larota, yeah.
Well, I think it is. Oh, you're talking about way back.
No.
Okay.
Oh
boy.
Maybe it was Keith Bell.
Yeah, he's the current one.
It was Keith. Bell.
Yeah, current minister.
My brain.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking with Daphne de Gregory Miolas. All right, so you used the word crime a few minutes ago, and I don't think a lot of people think about crime in places like Abaco. But is this an issue?
Yeah, there is crime. There's the boat theft issues. It's break-ins, house break-ins. It's not major, but we don't want it to be either. And the way to prevent that from happening is to be proactive. We need to stop being a reactive people. We need to put things in place to be more proactive and preventative. by being vigilant, by being, having security cameras. I always say, when people say to me, well, I don't feel this, or I'm not feeling it, you don't want to become symptomatic. When you're taking care of your health, for instance, you don't want to wait until you have symptoms to start getting serious about your health. You want to prevent the symptoms, because once you have the symptoms, you have the problem. It's much harder than to heal and to help yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we only have a couple minutes left, Daphne, but I mean, this is a little sad if this is going to be, well, I know we'll talk some more, but if this is your final interview with us as the president of the chamber, your final words to the people of Abaco and people of the Bahamas, especially as we head into the holiday season, what do you have to say about your hopes for Abaco into 2025 and beyond?
I want to wish everybody a healthy, first of all, and safe Christmas season. And I want to thank everyone for their support in any way. And I would like to challenge every citizen of the country to consider themselves as a country. And if it starts with each individual. If I could empower or just send one message, it would be to consider yourself a walking ambassador for your community, for your country, and engage with each other with that mindset of caring and, be more hopeful and more proactive. Voice your opinion. Don't sit back. Don't be apathetic. Think about, the decisions that you make. Think about what's happening in your country and get involved. There are some good people here doing a lot of good things, but we need more goodness. We need to get back to a wholesome, caring, and loving people that we have been known to be.
Okay. Daphne DeGregory-Miolos, thank you so much. Thank you for all the hard work. I'm sure we're going to continue to be in communication. You listen to the show quite often, and I hear from you all the time. And
that won't change.
I appreciate it.
As president or not president, I will still be a thinking, caring, I will remain engaged, I promise.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Enjoy the holidays. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Yes. And we're going to take a break. Daphne talked about being an ambassador. We'll get to Herschel Walker. Should he be the U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas?
Be a Herschel Walker. That's what you're saying?
I don't know if that's what I'm saying. But we'll get to that and stay with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daphne. Thank you.
This Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
This Christmas, Fidelity Bank is still the one. One easy monthly payment, the only one with a quick approval, and one chance to win an extra $5,000 in cash. Apply for a personal loan today for your chance to win big. Call 356-7764 for more details and make that move to Fidelity Bank today.
Fidelity for you.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This holiday season, use your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit or Visa debit card to book travel, shop online, buy gas, groceries, and everything else. And you could win up to $2,500 US.
Yes!
Win with joy with CIBC Caribbean. Lucky CIBC Caribbean cardholders like you will have the chance to win up to $2,500 US this holiday season just for using your card. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.cibcfcib.com/cards The Joy of Giving for more details.
Busy mornings demand a hearty breakfast, so start your mornings off the best way with Wendy's new breakfast wrap. Enjoy this savory wrap that's packed with fresh cracked eggs, breakfast potatoes, and a melty cheese sauce, with a choice of savory sausage or crispy bacon, all wrapped in a warm, soft tortilla. Wendy's always serves breakfast the right way. Get ready for a magical Christmas movie marathon at the Nassau Cruiseport Amphitheater on Saturday, December the 20th from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Bring your blankets and chairs and enjoy a night of nostalgic holiday classics with sweet treats and fun under the stars. Tickets are $10 for ages 13 and up, $5 for children 4 to 12, and free for little ones 3 and under. Purchase tickets at the door. Cash and card accepted. Don't miss the holiday fun at Nassau Cruiseport, the place to be.
Ho, ho, ho! Get ready for Jingle All the Pay grand event with Everybody Wins. You can win a Cybertruck, a split of $50,000, and loads of more cash prizes via Spin the Wheel and the Cash Vault. It all goes down December 27th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the FML lawn. To earn a ticket to win, spend $20 between December 9th and 27th at participating Everybody Wins stores. The more tickets, the more chances to win. It's going to be live DJ, food, prizes, and surprises. It's the Jingle All the Pay grand event with Everybody Wins. Game responsibly.
This Christmas, my husband put a smile on my face. He caught the store-wide sale on now at the Pink Place. With brands like Richards and Benjamin Moore, the Pink Place had the perfect color and he was out the door. Now the front room is fabulous. What a surprise! Cranberry red. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Ho, ho, ho.
Make the holidays magical. Get 20% off store-wide during the Christmas sale at the Pink Place. When you've got to paint it right the first time. Net items excluded.
This holiday season, use your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit or Visa debit card to book travel, shop online, buy gas, groceries, and everything else. And you could win up to $2,500 US.
Yes!
Win with joy with CIBC Caribbean. Lucky CIBC Caribbean cardholders like you will have the chance to win up to $2,500 US this holiday season just for using your card. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.cibcfcib.com/cards The Joy of Giving for more details.
It's time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. In the first quarter of 2025, the government is rolling out its Cloud Bahamas tool designed to make government agencies in the country more efficient. The rollout will start with human capital management modules. A statement on the rollout revealing that a public service modernization project was recently presented through an in-person and virtual meeting to union leaders and 500 public officers. Read more about it in today's Guardian business section. Instead of targeting the development of its first home by spring 2025, Continental Estates, a proposed housing subdivision in eastern New Providence, will now focus on selling lots as it works with the government on its infrastructure. The developer, Colin Fox, telling Guardian Business that the development's focus will be on selling lots and homeowners developing the homes at this point. Continental Estates consists of 54 lots and is a gated community. Fox has commitments from the major utility companies to put in the needed infrastructure for prospective home buyers. And Vice President of the Bahamian Cosmetologists and Barbers Association, Anton Minnis, telling Guardian Business that professionals in the hair and beauty industry are having a great Christmas season ahead of significant changes set to take place in 2025. New regulations for the cosmetology industry include sanitary standards, along with new training guidelines for cosmetologists. There will also be increased supervision and surveillance from inspectors. And brand management firm VKR Insights has launched a special professional development program designed to empower corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, and decision makers to sharpen their communication skills and enhance credibility during high-pressure situations. Principal of VKR Insights, Valdez Russell, has called his new program the Executive Edge and is scheduled for Tuesday, January 21st at SLS. More on that in today's Guardian business section. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Tuesday, your market movers, Commonwealth Bank moving 5,000 shares, closing at $4.97, up 22 cents. CIBC Caribbean Bank moving 5 to $14.50. Consolidated Water down 2 cents, closing at $5.22. Emera Incorporated down 12 cents, closing at $9.25. The BISX All Share Index closing at 2,956.96, up 0.08. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Hang on, mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas.
We're back with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong along with Chester Robards. A final few minutes here. We wanted to focus on this. We got so much happening in the news, so we had to talk about that horrible incident yesterday involving violence against that woman at the hands of a man. She has no idea who he is, and it's just wild. But anyway, so the other story that's caught a lot of people's attention, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump nominating former NFL player and ex-U.S. Senate candidate Herschel Walker as ambassador to the Bahamas. If he's confirmed by the Senate, Walker, who's 62 years old, would be the first U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas since Nicole Avant left in 2011. It's been a long time. Never since Guardian Radio has existed has there been a U.S. ambassador. Can you believe that? So
Nicole who?
Avant.
Oh.
What is it? Avant? How do you pronounce it?
I know.
Avant?
Avant?
Avant, not Avon. No, she's not here. Avant, sorry. Our Candia Dame's writing about it in today's NASA Guardian. So, Trump saying, quote, Herschel has spent decades serving as an ambassador to our nation's youth in the fleets at home and abroad. A successful businessman, philanthropist, former Heisman Trophy winner, and NFL great, Herschel has been a tireless advocate for youth sports. During my first term, he served as co-chair of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. Herschel has traveled to over 400 military installations around the world, removing the stigma surrounding mental health. Oh, really? He did? Okay. He represented the United States at the 1992 Winter Olympics as a member of the U.S. bobsled team. You know, I saw a clip of him talking about this. I thought that was a joke. So this is real?
Huh?
He was? I thought that. I couldn't tell. Was he serious? Oh, he did. Oh, boy. Well, the Bahamas is a perfect fit. Trump congratulated Walker. I mean, that's a bit premature.
That just made me want to go watch Cool Runnings.
Anyway, he congratulated Walker. It's a little early for congratulations. It still has to go through the Senate, although they have control of the Senate now.
Yeah.
Saying, quote, you will make Georgia and our entire nation proud because we know you will always put America first. Well, so that's what you want to hear for someone who's posted abroad. I mean, well, maybe it's good for America. I mean, the country that you're sending the person to.
Supposed to be.
Well, I guess. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. You don't need to say it.
Okay.
I mean, whatever you do when you go to that place, make sure you put America first. Walker, a Republican, lost the 2022 Senate race in Georgia. His nomination comes as the United States prepares to fully open its brand new $318 million embassy, which sits on 5 acres off Shirley Street. Since Avance departure 13 years ago, a number of chargés d'affaires have been appointed, despite several ambassador nominees, several being put forward by various U.S. presidents. None have been confirmed to the post. Okay. Hey, let's get your reaction. The issue here, if there is an issue, is that we remember that Senate race and some of the bizarre utterances from Herschel Walker on the campaign trail. Very, very, very bizarre. And inconsistencies with his stories and lots of accusations about abortions, even though he said he wasn't into abortion, he didn't support it. I think the number, he has multiple children with multiple people, and I think there was a claim of assault or something. And hey, I mean, do those things matter? Should those things matter? Is that an issue? But also, again, back to the utterances, the very strange things that he says.
I'm sure I've seen lots of interviews with him, but there was one that just made me change the channel. So, and I don't even remember what it was about. I just remember that it was him talking, and I was like, what is this guy talking about? Next.
I don't have the time. We have a very long clip I was going to play of him at a rally, just rambling. And maybe I'll save it for tomorrow, depending on how busy the news day is. I mean, we don't need to poison the minds of people if he does get confirmed. Hey, great. But it's interesting, and an interesting choice by President Trump. Curious indeed. We gotta go, but let's really quickly get this call in. Caller, you have 20 seconds. We don't have much time.
Morning, Dwight. How are you doing? Morning.
Doing well. Good morning.
Listen, I think Herschel is a great choice as a University of Georgia alum and a human bulldog fan. I'd love to have him here. Maybe we get some scholarship for our kids to go to Georgia.
Okay.
Prep, you guys should love him. He's going to be an absolute great story every time he opens his mouth. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You'll have to have a special correspondent for the embassy after that, eh? 2025 is going to be a very interesting year.
Interesting times.
For the Bahamas, for the whole world.
For the world.
Get ready for the wildest roller coaster ride since probably 1940.
I remember the news cycles.
My God. Whew. Enjoy this Christmas, folks.
Yes.
Who knows what next Christmas will look like. Chester Robards, thank you so much, and thank you again for filling in. I'll take another vacation shortly, but I'll keep you posted. I'll be back tomorrow, though. Everybody, stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.